Hey guys! How's it going? Hello! How's it going, guys? Sorry it took a minute. I was trying ever so desperately to get my new stream elements situation all together. Took a second. It took a second. Hello, hello. Well, hopefully you guys are doing good tonight. I finally got everything situated, so now all of my follows and subs and bits can now properly showcase themselves on stream, because I moved everything over from Streamlabs to Stream Elements, so everything should be appropriately acclimated now. Technically. I still have some lingering settings that I need to do with like commands and stuff like that, but technically everything's done now. Everything's done that is important is done. I got everything merged. But yes, we will having more spoops tonight. More spoops. We're almost done. We're almost done with Visage. We have a bit more to go, unfortunately. There's a chapter and a half, I guess, if you want to consider it. I mean, it is technically another chapter, so we've definitely got more to do. But now we're getting into one of the characters that I unfortunately gives me probably one of the biggest scares out of the whole game. Fortunately for us. Yeah, well, I mean, at least you guys aren't the ones playing it, so, you know, at least you don't have to deal with that. That's I'll take the L on that. I'll take one for the team. But yeah, it took a second to get everything all synced over, because it's not just getting the settings all done, and then I have to go re-implement all the sources into OBS and make sure that they are sized right, and that I have to test the alerts and make sure they work. So it took more time than I thought it would. But I got it done, so that's all that matters. So yay! At least now I feel like I can properly thank you guys for supporting things the way that you do. Sounds like we need a pre-game live fire test. Do we though? Do we though? That's not always necessary. But I'm just glad I got it done, because I don't know what, Streamlabs just made it way so much more difficult, so the commands and everything will still be done through that, but the alerts and all of that will update in real time now without needing all kinds of crazy fancy stuff. So luckily that's done. Took way too long. Well, yay, it works. Yay! Apparently, when the thing I found out when I put everything over into Stream Elements, apparently Streamlabs didn't even have the raids thing turned on. So no wonder when raids were coming in, I wasn't getting alerted, because Streamlabs apparently didn't even have it on. I was so annoyed. So whatever. Whatever, it's done. We fixed it. We fixed it. It's done. But thanks Mod for the raid. I appreciate it. So yeah, we're gonna be playing some Visage. We're gonna be playing I forget if she's technically considered the third chapter or not. I think she is technically considered the third chapter. But this one I'm not a big fan of, only because it scared me the first time well, I mean, the whole game scared me. I mean, I'll just be honest. But this chapter definitely got me real good when I was playing the oh god, I always want to call it an open beta. It's not an open beta, but they had it on Steam. They had it in like early access for forever, and a friend of mine let me play the early access forever ago, and I played this chapter and it really messed with me. So but it's fun, it's good, it's good times. But hopefully you guys had a good day. It's Friday. Yay, finally weekend. It actually was a pretty chill day today, and quite literally in the chill sense. We're actually getting really cool. Well, I say cool weather, but it's pretty chilly weather from where I'm at. Normally it's not this chilly, so A lot of us are very excited about it, though. We've been waiting all year for it. So I'm very, very excited that I don't have to, you know, I can actually wear like a long sleeve shirt for once. I'm so excited. So it's nice. It's nice. I don't have to have my air conditioner on. I don't need to have anything on. It's great. I love it. It's fantastic. I'm so happy. So yes, I'm in a fairly good mood. I'm in a fairly good mood today. So hopefully you guys are in as good a mood as I am. And if you're not, hopefully me getting scared will change that. It's chilly in my area, but it's about to warm up next week. Oh no! Oh, that's garbage. That's the worst. If you actually like colder weather and you're all excited for it and then it goes away, screw that. Hey, Bubblets, how's it going? Welcome! Welcome, welcome. So yeah, let's jump into that game. Let's jump into that, because I gotta connect my my stupid controller. I gotta plug in my Steam controller, because I'm not good with keyboard and mouse. I'm a filthy casual. He's trying to wake up. Well, you gotta wake up then. Hopefully the spoops will wake you up. Alright, so I got my controller plugged in. Okay. Let's... Oh, this'll wake you up. Oh, warm! Oh, warm up. Okay. Well then, that unfortunately, I can't help that. At least not where I'm at. I can't help you with that here. But I send you warm thoughts. Lots and lots of warm thoughts. But yeah, let's jump over to the gaming part. Okay. Then this will not help due to thrills and chills, I know, right? Okay, let's get Visage pulled up. Make sure it even opens. And turn off the BGM whenever I see Visage come on the screen, which it might not, because I think it has. Nope, it should. Better. Come on. Oh, BGM! No! I gotta silence the BGM first. Okay, hold on. It better come on. It says it should come on. Oh, it's not coming on. Why? Why? Let's make sure. Visage. It should be. Do I at least have it turned on? No. Yes? Maybe? Visage, why? Why you do these things to me? I'm gonna turn BGM back on while I make sure my thing's turned on. It should be. No, do not capture my cursor. There you are. But you are really weird sized. Why? Why are you so strange? Oh, it fully sized you again. You butt. Okay, hold on a second. My thing apparently decided to like resize itself and I don't know why. Silly game. Silly game. Tricks are for kids. Okay. It should be good now. Good. All right. Silence BGM. Now we should be good. Should be good. Hold on. Let me make sure I can even see my game volume just in case I need to like... Oh, I have desktop audio turned off. Duh. I'm real special. I'm real special. That's all right. We got it now. We got it now. I feel like being scared is going to help. Hey, you know, that's very true. You know what? You make a very good point because I am that person too when I was playing through, oh gosh, what were we playing? I think it was Summer of 58 and I just kept getting so warm. It was so crazy. It was so crazy. The silent raid notification. I think what's funny is I think there might be a weird setting, because I thought I had desktop audio turned on the other scene, but I guess maybe I didn't. But yeah, it's all right. It's on now, so it's all that matters. It's on now. All right, so yeah, let's start this stuff. Oh God, oh no, what did I do? Oh no, I clicked things. What did I do? Oh no, oh no, oh no, what did I do? I was just making sure my controller worked. Oh, is it gonna do the thing? Is it gonna don't do the thing? Don't do the thing. I'm worried that I accidentally clicked new game, and I'm like, no, I don't want to do new game. Oh no. I hope it didn't do new game. Don't do new game. I don't want to start this over again. Oh, okay, good. Whew. Oh boy, I got scared for a second. I thought we were gonna have to do it again. And I don't want to do that. Nuh-uh. Alright, hold on. Let me look at my thing. Let me just make sure. Let's see, this was 30. I just want to make sure this is the right one. I'm just going to click that one just to be sure. I know! I thought I clicked new game because I was clicking my controller because I kept seeing my mouse on the screen, and usually that means that the Steam controller hasn't like fully synced yet. So I was just kind of like clicking buttons, and I guess it was synced because it just clicked something. I'm like, oh God, what did it choose? I don't know what I chose, but it's good. Okay, good. As long as we didn't do new game, it's all that matters. It's all that matters. So we're good. But I've got plenty of water because this chapter I know is going to be lots of spoops. Oh, and I got to make sure my audio is turned up so I can hear. Oh, actually, I want to make sure that you guys can hear stuff. Oh God, that's really loud in my ears. Oh my God, the stomping sounded like, I don't know. That was so loud. It was like, I don't know. Oh gosh, my God, I can't even think of the name right now. What is the Marvel movie that had like 50 redos? Not Fantastic Four. The Hulk. Oh my God, yes. I couldn't think of it. Haruka, out of all the VTubers called Haruka, you're my favorite. Ah, you're so sweet. Thank you. Hello, Wicked Child. How are you? How was your Friday? How are you? But no, the walking was so loud. Like his steps, literally, it sounded like, I don't know, the Hulk was wandering around. It was just so loud. Okay. All right. So we already did. We did. Oh my God. Rakan. Or as that one girl in the chapter called him, Raken. And then we did Dolores. And now we have my favorite. We have my favorite left to do. I'm so excited. Not excited at all. But this chapter is a little particular because one of the big collectibles in this game, there's quite a few little Matryoshka dolls in this chapter. And it's like the only chapter that has them. So I have to make sure to get them. It was all right. How about you? It wasn't bad. It was not bad. We actually are starting to get some cooler weather here, so I'm actually in a pretty decent mood. It doesn't feel like death heat everywhere, so I'm pretty happy about that. I can actually wear a long sleeve shirt and not feel like I'm going to have a heat stroke. So I'm pretty good. She pronounces it Raken. What a keeper. I mean, that's his name. His name's Rakan. But then I heard that one doctor is like, you know, raking. He's raking some leaves. $10. Oh, I thought you said $10. I was like, $10 in the game? Where? Where is there money in this game? $10 in the game. 3 missable ones in this chapter, but I got you. Yes, please. Please find them for me. Well, or just tell me where they are so I know where to look. Because I found most of them when I played through it the first time, but I think I missed like 1 or 2, I think. And I'm pretty sure they were in Lucy's chapter. Yeah, your pronunciation. I know. So it was like when I heard the lady in the hospital, I was like, lady, ma'am, speak, put some respect on his name. At least say it right. Poor man is already going crazy. At least you could do is at least say the crazy man's name right. Let's, oh, no. There we go. All right. We at least have to get something, you know? If they're not going to give me lighters, at least give me candles. Give me candle or give me death. Okay. Is Goop Man around? Is Goop Man around? Oh, Goop Man is in the ceiling. No. No, I hate Goop Man. See that in the ceiling right there? Remember I was talking to you guys the last time we played about, like, Goop... Oh! Okay, sorry. I was telling them about the Goop Man. Don't close the door on me. I'm trying to tell them a story. Jeez, rude. This house is so rude. How many dolls do you have right now? How would I know? Is there a way for me to know? How would I know? Does it tell me somewhere? I never actually knew a way to find out. Oh, no. Oh, no. The Goop. No. No, I hate the Goop. Oh, no. I hate this. Fuck. Oh, fuck. I hate that Goop. All right, we're going away from the Goop. Fuck the Goop. Fuck that Goop, man. Okay. Whatever. All right, we gotta go, check. Gotta go check. I gotta check and make sure that there aren't any extra lighters around first before I start it. Just that way I can get it done and have them. I just like to have them ready to go. The cabinet upstairs by the second... Oh, right! Right! I always forget they're over there. That's right. I tend to forget that there's, like, a growing collection over there. I forget about that. Oh, fuck. Look at that. Oh, no. Oh, no. Sir, can you stay in your goop, please? Okay. I don't think there's... No, there's not a lighter out here. Okay. Oh! Excuse me? Excuse me? What? What? Oh, it was the door. Oh my god. Can I open the door? Can I not open the door? What? Why can't I? Oh, okay, there we go. I was getting real pissed. I couldn't open the door. He's just chilling in the goop. Oh, you just wait till he's not chilling in the goop. You will want to change your mind, or you will change your mind immediately. I hate the goop, man. What's the difference between goo, goop, and gloop? You have 20 seconds to win the prize. L. There's an L. There's an L in it. Poor Haruka is already getting terrorized. I am! This game likes to harass me. That's kind of how this works. This game is very aware of me. It's like, you have returned. We have found our victim again. Oh no, fuck, I forgot to click it twice. Okay. I always forget. You have to click it twice. Oh, the panda bear! No! No, the panda bear! It's the panda bear of death. That's cute. No prize for you! No! Why? But I was right! Technically. Because there is only one L in gloop. But there's no L in goop or goo. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna put this over here. We're gonna put this right here and light it. Switch. Let's turn off the lighter because I'm gonna need it. Technically, there's no P in goo. Oh, I mean, that's true. That's true. God, that wind, that mirror is terrifying. No, thank you. No, thank you. Okay, let's go to that, thingy real quick. Isn't there a goop on this wall too? Whoa. Whoa. Hello? 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 I did not open that. Close. Okay. No extra lighters, which sucks. That, oh, nope, I don't want to, I don't want to open that. Is there a lighter in here? That is the only reason I'd want to be in this cabinet. I don't think so. Yes, the portal! I forgot about the portal! Let's go to the portal, guys! Let's go to the portal! I forgot about the portal! The mug! The mug! Give me my mug! Give me my mug! It's my mug from the first chapter! It's finally returned to me! Mmm, delicious, delicious hot chocolate from the past. Oh, wait, wait, wait. Do I have to do the doll first? Oh, shit. Wait, was I supposed to get the doll before it? I don't think there's a way for me to do that. Oh, wait, no, I can. He's right here. It's right here. Hold on, close. You're in my way. Thank you. I can barely see you. I got the hot chocolate achievement trophy. Not still there. Yeah. Yeah. Woo, woo. All right, let's stand up. I got my my hot chocolate from the ether. It tasted delicious. This is a very dark corner. Thank you. Turn off the lighter. Thank you. Just really easy to see when the portal removes everything. That's very true. That is very true. I wish that portal stayed. See, I like the little, like, corny, oh, fuck that poster, man. That is a terrifying poster. Tiny bastard. Yeah, no thanks. Okay, let's see how many I do have. Let's turn on this light. I've got this many? Is this accurate? I feel like I have more than that, but I guess not. Let's put a lighter here just because I feel like it gets really dark here. There we go. Whoa. What is it with you indoors lately? Oh my god. Okay. Oh shit. Oh shit. The goop is appearing. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. I gotta get some... Wait, do I have pills? I had pills all along! I had pills all along. Stop. Stop. I'm taking my pills. I'm sane right now. Be gone. Be gone. Yeah. Screw you too. You have half of them, which is good. Gonna be 8 out of 10 after Lucy's chapter. Cool. Cool, 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 cool. Good. Good, 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 good. Okay. All right. Is there any more lighters, game? Please? I always feel like this game never gives me any lighters for Lucy's chapter. I don't know why. Because I get a bountiful amount of lighters for every other chapter. But it always seems to be in short supply with hers. Which gets really annoying. Because hers, I need them the most. Oh! Oh, God. Oh, my God. Fuck. Sir? Sir? Thank you. Oh, my God. Oh, but you get a camera. Yeah, the camera makes it worse, though. Oh, the camera makes it so much worse. Okay. All right. Well, we've got to start the chapter now. So, all right. Let's take the fucking panda. Let's go. Take the panda. Lucy's chapter. An insidious friend. I'm not in the dark. I'm in the light. But yes. Oh, this turned on. Shush. Okay. All right, let's, I think we have to go upstairs to start it. I think we have to go in Lucy's room. The terrifying children's room. Do we do the knocking first? Why is there no lights in here? Why are there no... Oh! What? What? Excuse me? Well, it's not like it's on anyway. No. No, no, no. No, no, no. Sir? 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 Sir, please? Uh-huh. Hi. Closet. Hi, closet. Hi, closet. Alright. Ah! 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 No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Stop. I want the light on. Knock, knock. Knock, knock. Ah. Oh. Oh, Jesus. Hello? Hello? Okay, well, I guess he doesn't want to knock anymore. I guess it's like Beetlejuice, where you knock 3 times, you say his name 3 times. Oh, he let me out. Thank God. Such a nice, vengeful spirit. Okay. Are you gonna give me lighters now? Are you gonna give me lighters now? Please? Please? Any lighters would be wonderful, game. Because I'm pretty sure this is my last one. Oh, that one. That thing. Yeah, I'll get to you in a second. Oh! Okay, stop. I'm trying to find lighters, game. Right. The thing. Oh! Oh! Whoa, 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 hey! Oh, Jesus. Let's light this real quick. Just in case. Where's a lighter? Give me a goddamn lighter, please. Okay. Are these on? I can't tell if those are on or not. I'm gonna turn off the lighter. I'm gonna save it. Oh, no Wi-Fi start bullcrap again. My Wi-Fi start bullcrap. Tell that Wi-Fi to get its shit together. Tell Wi-Fi to stop being a butthead. I just want a lighter. Please. I'm begging you. I'm begging you. Game, please. Have mercy. This is my last lighter. Oh, oh. Indifference. Oh, well, okay. Oh, no, I have no lighters. No! Why does this game not want to give me any lighters right now? On the chapter that I need it the most. I forget. Do they have the garage closed off in this chapter? No. Okay. I was gonna say, I thought I could come in here. I hadn't really been in here since Dolores' chapter. And I realized I hadn't come down here and maybe there might be a lighter. Oh, nope. Nope. That's just darkness. That's just darkness. I feel like there may be some downstairs, but let's just go upstairs. Oh, wait. Can't I go in here now? Can't I do this? Hold grab. Yeah, there we go. Scoochy, scoochy. Scooch, 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 scooch. It goes very slow. There was a little thingy in here. I forgot about it in here. Wait, what? Oh, wait. Oh, here we go. There's one. Yay! Cool. All right. Oh, God. Jesus! Why? Why would you do such a thing? Oh, thank you so much for that. I am properly woken up now. I apparently forgot I need a key for this box, so. Otherwise, I'm safe in this nice dark compartment. At least nobody will get me here. Okay, alright, let's look in here real quick. Better now than when you're being visited. Oh my god, that would be the worst. That would be the worst. Especially if I'm like already getting chased by something. Nothing? No. God dang it. Where are some lighters? Okay, game. Okay, game. Come on. You gotta give me some lighters. Oh! Another tape. Can I scroll down a little bit? Affliction. Oh, that's right, because I can start doing those. Right. Right. I forget about that. We have to start, like, collecting things after that. I'm pretty sure there's no lighters here, though. This is like the creepiest laundry room. Alright, let's go downstairs before all of the craziness begins. Yay. Turn on the light. Turn on the light. Thank you. Jesus. Oh! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Hold on. I'm gonna turn on volume. I'm gonna turn up volume just a little bit because I forget that this game's really quiet. Okay. Can you hear that? Do you hear that breathing? Oh. I'm not gonna go over there just yet. Nah, fuck her. Fuck her, man. I just want a lighter. That is all I desire. Someone has asthma. Oh, this girl, you don't even know. Oh, my dude. Oh, this, yeah. We're gonna go upstairs first. Ugh. We're gonna go upstairs real quick. We're gonna go over here. Because I think... Okay, so that's still lit. Wait, what? Look at this lighter! There was a ghost lighter! What the hell? Oh my god! There is a god! Somewhere! He gave me a floating lighter! Oh my god, that was wonderful. Oh! No! Oh my god, okay. Alright. Alright, fine. No, stop! Okay. Sorry. Apparently I've gotten too many gifts. Too many gifts. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I was just trying to appreciate the gift. That's all I was doing. Alright, taking pills. Because apparently that's what you do. Oh god, okay, that was not what I needed. Anyway, alright, look how dirty that poor bear is. Oh! You know what? You can flicker. I don't remember if I'm supposed to do anything with that or not. Why are you flickering? Why are you flickering? Oh, now you're not. Yeah. That's what I thought. Alright, let's go downstairs. I wanted to interact with the bear before we went downstairs. But we're... Yeah, we're gonna go this way. Oh! Jesus Christ. Oh my god. Why are you gonna do two things at once? God, Lucy! Lucy! Stop being such a dick! God, she's such an asshole. This is why I hate this chapter. You thought this shit was scary. Ah, nah, man. They go full... Are you serious? Are you serious? What? Can I get down the stairs, please? Okay. Alright. 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 Here we go. I hate this part. We're gonna close this. Close. Close! Why don't you close? Oh my god, whatever. Oh god, I don't want to go over here. Please. Uh-huh. Please stop. Please stop. Please stop. Please. My lighter is nearly empty. Of course it is. At least I got one more. Uh-huh. Okay, she's gone. She's gone. Is there a lighter in here? Is there a lighter in here, please? My lighter is empty. Let's just drop it then. Is there a lighter here? No. No. No lighters. What about you? Anything here? Any aliens around here? No? Ugh, I can never steady this stupid thing whenever I use this. Alright, well, none in there. Let's check in here. There's usually something in here. What is this? What is with these floating gift lighters? Oh my gosh. Oh, this game. I love this game. Thank you, game. Thank you, game. Everything I said about you was wrong. I was joking. Man, one of these days he will be there. I doubt it. I think the game's just trolling me now. Oh, yes. I got 2 lighters. This doll can, like... It's for... Okay. Well, fine. Close the door after me then. Sorry. We're gonna put a candle right here. We're gonna put a candle right here. Can we... Thank you. I hate this. I hate this camera. I hate this camera. I hate this camera so much. I hate this camera. It is the worst. Oh my god. No. I don't want to. I don't want to. I don't want to. Oh, okay. I love this game. Should be clipped and set as a sound redemption for every time you freak out. Yeah, no, let's not do that. Like, look at this. 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 Look at this nightmare fuel. Oh my god. What about in here? Can I light you? Can I light you, please? Thank you. Oh, there's a tape in here. Greed. Looks like... Lighter! Lighter! God bless, come here, come here, come here, come here. I need you. I vote in agreement with that decision. No! No! Can't I get up here? Yeah, can't I get up here? Can't I go in this? I thought I could. It's probably not a good time to explore that way. Oh, okay. I thought I could, but alright. Alright, at least we got another lighter. But look at this monster! Look at this ginormous creature! Look at this thing! Oh my god. Oh. I hate this. Wait, what is that supposed to be? I never realized what that is supposed to be. Is that like a door? Well, fortunately for Haruka, she didn't allow me to access her redemption store yet. Yeah, not yet. Not yet. Oh no, the girl. Oh, it's probably gonna get real loud right here. Hold on a second. I'm gonna fix something. I don't want it to be like obnoxiously loud, so I'm gonna switch that real quick. Let me know if it gets really loud, guys, because it's sounding really loud in my ears. The vent was a chapter 4 thing. That's right. That's true. But is the rumble really loud? Because it sounds like really loud and rumbly, but I'm not really sure. Volume seems okay to me. Nice and solid. Okay. Because it sounds so... I'm seeing it get into, like, the yellow, so I was worried a little bit. Okay. I know she doesn't hurt me, so it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Give me your offering, milady. Yeah, exactly. Are you here to talk to me about my car's extended warranty? I already have one. I don't want it. Oh. Oh. Go away. You gone? You gone? We good? Okay. We good now. We good now. Okay. We're good now. Okay. Alright. Now will you close? This door apparently just wants to be a rebel and do what it wants. There. I will... What? What? Excuse you? I said close! Close. Wow. Okay, well, fine. Apparently that door doesn't want to stay closed. Okay. No, why do you open this way? Never mind. Alright, let's see. What did I get? What gift did she give me? If I can hover over it. If I could. You know what? I'm gonna use my mouse. A needle. Delicious. How kind of you. How nice of her to give me the gift that keeps on giving. Lots of drugs. Any lighters down here? What about here? Because I know I'm gonna need lighters, so I'm trying to stock up right now. Because I know what happens in this chapter. So I want to get as many as I can before the reckoning. Oh, I hate this thing. Let's not go in there just yet. What about over here? Anything over here? Any gifts to give me over here? Nope. Okay. Alright, fine. Fine, fine, fine. No lighters for me. She's inviting you to the rave. Bring you. No. I don't want that rave. I don't want that rave. It's the rave I did not ask to get invited to. Okay, so we got the camera. Now, if I remember correctly, we have to go back upstairs. And use the camera against the wall. Oh, lovely, the light's out. Or the TV's out. How nice! Oh, oh my god! Why? Why would you do that? That's so cruel! Oh my god, I thought the game was coming after me. I thought it was my time to go. Oh my god. Oh god. Oh my god, I'm crouched. I hit my controller so hard I crouched. Oh god, help me. Thank you for the 10 bits, Boblets. Oh my god, okay. Okay, alright. Hopefully everybody's fully awake now, because I know I am. Why is it so dark? Can I just turn this back on? Yes, thank you. I like having the TV on because at least it keeps the room well lit. Are these pants? Are these pants? Why? I don't think I want to know. Oh man, if only I could set the ghost aggro music as a sound alert. Oh, hell no. Hell no. I would yeet you from your mod status instantaneously. Alright, madam. Madam. Enough with the lights. Oh no! No. No. I know what it's gonna do. I know what it's gonna do. Look at this. Oh. Alright. That's when I go away. What the fuck? I'm trying to think what it's saying. It sounds like it's speaking in reverse. Yeah, it definitely sounds like it's talking in reverse or something. Alright, motherfucker. Can I... Alright, fucker, let's go. Where are you at? I've got the power of the light. Where are you at? No! Oh, no, no! Hey, hey, hey! I was kidding! I was kidding! I was kidding! I mean, we can be friends. I can do... No. No. Why can't I do light now? No. Okay. Ah, hi, buddy. Buddy, old pal. Buddy, old pal. Oh. Okay. Avoid standing in the dirt too long. I'm trying. I'm trying. I'm trying. I'm trying. I'm trying. Whoa. Okay. Oh, right. The red light. Right. Yeah, apparently I can't do the... No power of Christ compels anything around here. There ain't no Jesus here. Clearly. Wait, I don't remember. Is the camera an item that I can store in my inventory? It is! Yes! Sweet. Sweet. I couldn't remember if I could or not. Oh, fucking... Stop! Shush! Sir! What did I tell you? So, you think we should go through the red door? What do you think? What do you think, guys? Should we go through the red door? I guess so. Let's put this lighter away. No. No. There we go. Okay. Oh god, frames. There we go. It's funny, it says I haven't dropped any frames, but like the game kept like lagging for a second there. All right. The tree house. Right. I forgot about this part. First doll is in this next section for you if you want later. Okay, so it's in here. It's in here. Okay. Oh, look at that. The door's gone. Lovely. Okay, so the doll's around here? Where's the, huh. Let's follow my guilt, guys. Let's go follow my guilt. But yes, my dear mod, if you would like to advise where this doll is, I would be most grateful. Apparently my guilt is very Silent Hill-esque. With dolls. And panda bears. I guess if you like panda bears, you're supposed to feel guilt. You must find it before you leave the treehouse. It lies where rain cannot taint it. Aha, I like how you have this like riddle-esque way of telling me. So it's in the treehouse? Wait, I think I usually get this one, don't I? I think this one I usually do find. But isn't it in the treehouse? Like, it's kind of creepy when there's like all these dolls just sitting here waiting for me to go up these stairs. It's like, you gonna die. Tee-hee-hee. Yes, it's inside the treehouse. I was gonna say, I thought I usually get this one. Because isn't it underneath here or something? I think. Yeah! Yeah, I usually do get this one. That's right. Cool. Alright, so we got that one. What is this? Can I look at the paper? No? Can I look at the doll? How cute. Oh, wonderful drawings. Okay. I'm Lucy. Hello, Lucy. I'd be creeped out. I'd be creeped out if my TV started talking to me. I'm not gonna lie. I want to be your friend, Lucy. Ah, key. Thank you. Apparently, the friend came through the TV. And I guess she got angry? It's like the, wasn't there... No, Poltergeist wasn't, an imaginary friend. But, oh yeah, that's right. Poor Pico. Poor Pico. I feel so bad for Pico. Oh, right. I need the key. Ah, yes. The injections. Oh, no. No, my friend. No. No! You're bad! Shut up! No! Lies.
It's not what it seems, Lucy. Your parents wouldn't understand, Lucy.
Can I leave?
Only you can understand.
Oh, okay. All right.
Get rid of it, Lucy.
I guess I'm not leaving.
Do it, Lucy. Do it. Get rid of it, Lucy.
Do it, Lucy.
Do it, Lucy.
Make your dreams come true.
Lucy. Do it. Get rid of it, Lucy. 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 Lucy.
Oh, jeez.
Do it, Lucy. Get rid of it, Lucy.
I hear her.
Your parents wouldn't understand, Lucy. Only you can understand. Get rid of it, Lucy.
Oh, Jesus.
Do it, Lucy. Do it.
Can I turn you off?
Get rid of it, Lucy. Do it, Lucy. Get rid of it, Lucy. Do it. Get rid of it, Lucy. Lucy.
Good Lord, this would drive me insane. Oh, what do you know? I get to fall through the planks. Well, that was a fun bit of insanity there. Oh, I love falling right back into the house somehow. Oh no! No, not this part! No! Oh, I hate this part! No! I hate this so much. This is my least favorite part. She took all of the lights. All the light switches are gone. Every light is gone. Oh no. Give me light. Please. Come on, turn on. No! No, God, help me. Give me a lighter. Give me a lighter. Check for aliens. I see no alien. I see no alien. But now she can chase me. Oh, no, no, no. That's right, she can chase me around here. Fuck. Fuck, fuck, fuck. I forgot about this. I forgot. Okay, lighter, 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 lighter. Oh, no, no, no. No, 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 no. Keep me, keep me, keep me, keep me, keep me, keep me, keep me. I'm fine. I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm fine. I'm fine. Okay, took my pills. Let's swippity swappity. I cannot store this item anymore. Alright, that's fine. Alright, let's go. Okay, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Where do I go? Where do I go? I don't remember. Let's go. Where do I go? I follow the things. Oh, fuck. I don't care. I don't care. Let's go. Let's go. Speed run. Speed run. Go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Fuck. 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 Where do I go? Where do I go? Was it here? I don't remember. Here? Here. Yes. Go. Sir. 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 Lucy. Ah! Okay. Whatever. Never mind. Never mind. I'm sorry. Clearly you guys are having a moment. I will leave you be. I am sorry. Alright, are you good now? You good now? Nope, I guess not. Never mind. I'm sorry. No lights. No lights! Oh. Get me out of here, get me out of here, get me out of here. I need light! Oh, my brain! No! My brain! No! Light! Light! TV! Come here, come here, come here. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful TV light. TV light. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Sorry, I'm letting my brain reconfigure itself. Remember the trail. Oh, what the fuck? Where did the trail go? I don't remember where the trail leads. It, like, stopped. Did I miss something? Fuck, I cannot see. Oh my fucking god. Ah! No! No! No, Lucy, no! Lucy, no! No, Lucy! Fuck off, Lucy! Fuck off, Lucy! Oh my god, Jesus. Somehow I ended up down here. Oh my god. See, did I not fucking tell you guys? I knew lighters were needed. I told you. If I don't have a lighter in this area, I'm fucked. Get it, get it, get it. Get it. Light it. Light it. Thank you. Jesus. Alright, so... Oh. Oh, no! Oh, no! Oh, no! Ah! No! I'm gonna die! No! Don't get me, Lucy! Fuck off! Please go away! Please go away! Go away, go away! No! Don't kill me, Lucy! Fuck off! God! Fuck! Lucy! Christ! Okay, Alright. Hold on. Let me just gather myself real quick. Okay, alright. Alright. Hold on, I'm taking a second. Oh my god. Turn off this lighter. So where am I going? Can I just know where I'm going? Because I can't see fucking shit. Parents' bedroom. Right! The closet! The closet! Right. All right. Okay. Got this. Okay. Woo. All right. Let's go. Bob and weave. Let's go. We got this. Yo, let's go. Fuck off. Fuck off. Go away. 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 Mm-hmm. Whatever, shut up. Let me in. Let me in. Let me in! Let me in! Let me in! Why aren't you... Okay, go. Thank you. Jesus Christ. Oh my god. Okay, we're safe now. It may not seem like we are, but we are. I wish I had more pills, though. I should have grabbed some before I left. Right. The back and forth. Wait, don't I have to... Yeah. No. Oh, no. Not that room. No. No. I hate this room. Did I not tell you guys I hate this chapter so much? Oh my god. Okay. Alright. We gotta do this. Fuck. I don't wanna do this part. No! I hate this chapter. God, you need some, like, Ricola or something. Oh my god. I don't want to. Oh my god. I hate this so much. Can you stop? No! No, my god. I hate this chapter. What the hell, yo? Why are you blocking my way? Please. to do it. Why are there things on the floor? I don't remember them being on the floor before. Can I just find the key first? Can I just find the key and call it a day? Why can't I find it first? God, this lighter does shit. Oh. Oh God, why? She's right there. Hold on, there's head pats. Goblet redeemed head pats. I'm gonna go turn on head pats. At least I have head pats. I have said head pats. I think you need this. I do. I do need the head pats. Thank you. Oh no. I don't like her. Please go away. Get dragged. Get wrecked, bitch. Why aren't you moving? Isn't she supposed to get triggered by the thing? I'm pretty sure she's supposed to get triggered by something. I don't think I'm supposed to be able to get that close. Am I? I think she's supposed to get pulled away. If I'm not mistaken. Am I wrong? She's supposed to go away. Fuck. Oh God, I really can't see. Okay. Hold on. We're going back to the door. We're going back to the door. Oh, this lighter is empty. Oh, good. There's at least a new lighter. I think you're right, but maybe you have to get closer. Why? Why? But why? What? I thought the lighter said it was empty, you lying son of a bitch lighter. How dare you? I'm pretty sure she's supposed to get pulled away by her imaginary friend. I've come from 2 different angles. I literally only have 2 angles. Because I think she's like right there. Yeah. I'm so confused right now. She's supposed to get pulled away. Oh my God, I'm like right here. Bitch, can you? Oh, okay. Okay. All right. I got what I came for. So I need a key now. I need a key. Help me find the key, guys. I need a key. There's a key that I... God bless America! I found the key right away! Thank you! Oh my God. You guys, you do not understand how happy I am. This key randomizes every time you play this game. So it is not in the same place. Ever. And there's so many drawers that you can find it in. Oh, shit. Shit. Fuck. Can she get me here? She can't get me here, right? Right? Which way do I go? Where is she? Oh, oh, okay. Let's go this way. Go. Go, 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 go. Let's run. Fuck, run. Fucking run! What kind of run is this? Oh, God. Go, 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 go. Go, go, go. Why do you walk so fucking slow? Get in the room. Get in the room. Christ the Lord. Oh, oh, okay. Okay. All right. All right. We're good. Okay. Okay. I'm taking a drink real quick. Okay. Oh my God. Okay. All right. Let's put the lighter away for now, because we're good for now. And let's just put this away as well. Oh, remember the goop we were talking about? Well, let's turn our back to the goop. Can I try and open the door? Uh-huh. Turn darkness. What? Oh! Oh, God. Oh, and the door's gone. Okay. Oh, I'm stuck in here. That's right. We get stuck in here. Okay. Where is she? Where is she? I know she's supposed to pop in here. Where is she? Where is she? Oh! What? Oh! Hi. Oh, that's right. Poor Pico. Poor Pico. I'm not gonna say what's happening. Just because it's kind of sad. 1, 2, Lucy's coming for you! No! No, I don't want her to come for me. I hate Lucy so much. I feel for her, I really do. I really, really do. But I hate her at the same time. Oh, thank God. Okay. Alright, let's go. Let's fucking go. She was hungry. She needed nutrients. Ah, yes. Only the nutrients that, you know, a type of bird would give you. Keep an eye out. Okay. In this room. Okay. Let's get a lighter. So I can actually kind of see in here. I can't fucking see anything. Is it like in here? No. Is it in here? Behind here? I don't see anything. Is this it? No, that's not it. There you are! Sneaky little bugger. Found you. Alright. But at least the game kind of like, she's trying to tell you. She's trying to tell us where to go. Okay, let's do... Let's go back to the house! Yay! I just realized I was crouching the whole time. Oh. Right. The infinite darkness of the void. Oh no, I hate this part. I hate this part. I hate this part. Yes, I did actually pick it up. Hello, best friend. Hello, jittery best friend. Hello. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Oh, what? Do I have my lights back? No, I don't. No, I don't. Right. The mannequin jaw. Okay. Is there anything in here I can use? Of course not. Alright, let's GTFO, guys. Let's go. We're not fucking around with this shit. I'm not playing around with you, little girl. I'm not playing around with you no more. Oh, wrong way. Wrong way. Wrong way. I'm not playing with you. I'm done with you. You and your ridiculous games. Uh-huh. Yep. That's fine. That's fine. Uh-huh. Ah! Oh, Jesus. Every time. And I know it's gonna happen. Oh, Jesus. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Somehow it won't light, of course. Okay. Is this the room that I think it is? Oh. This part. Oh no, not that part. No. No. Somehow it won't light. Of course not. Of course it won't. Let's go down here first. Is this the room with the creepy guy in there? Isn't there a thing in here? Don't I get, like, hurt if I come in here? No, we're not gonna go in there. We're not gonna go in there.
Nani?
Oh! God dang it! God dang it every time! Ah! God. Ugh. I had to. Oh, that's right. I can't go in there. This is okay. This is alright. There's nothing in here. There's nothing in here. I think there's just a key in here, I think, or something. Isn't there a key or something? Didn't I need something here? Fuck, I thought there was something here. No, I thought there was something here. God dang it. That's the whole reason I came over here. And blinded myself with, oh God, camera. But thank you so much, Bobless. Thank you so much. I appreciate it for the 10 bits to scare the shit out of me. Because why not, right? Oh, shit. That scared me. I forgot where I was at. And I think this is closed from the other side? No? Oh, it's not. Oh, it's fine. That's closed from the other side. That's right. Right. Oh, no. No. I hate this part. Oh, fuck. Fuck, I hate this part. Come on, girl, just jump scare me! Do it! Do it! Just do it! Get it over with! There we go. Okay, we're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. Do you see these scratches? Oh. Nope, it's a trick. It's a trap. We don't go in here. We don't go in here. It's a trap. We don't listen to the, scary man. This is where I'm supposed to go, right? Right. Shush. Turn you off. Stop. I think this is where I'm supposed to go, right? Oh! Okay. Oh! No! 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 Be gone! Be gone, Satan! You are not wanted here! No! 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 Go away! 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 I don't like you! Oh. Oh. Fuck. I hate the growling! Oh, Jesus. Alright, let's go. Right. Wait, wasn't I supposed to do something else? Oh, shit! Oh, no! Wasn't I supposed to do something else? Oh, I thought I was supposed to do something else. I don't remember. Wasn't there supposed to be a room that I was supposed to pull something off of? Or is that later? Sorry, I'm gonna clear my throat real quick. I think I've been yelling a bit too much. Hold on a second. Okay, alright. Okay. You said it was in this room? I think you're thinking of later. Okay. I wasn't sure. And of course I still can't do a lighter in here. Where's the... Because I think I need to go down here. So I don't need to open any of these. But where is the doll? God, fuck those breathing things. Where's the doll? And of course I can barely see anything. Do we know where the doll is? Because this is a little hard to see. I have to like hold the stupid button. Is it over here? It's not over here, right? I'll take pity. Yes, please tell me. It is inside a wardrobe. Oh, God. Do you know which one it is? Do you know which one it is? Because there's like 10 of them in here. And one of them can get me in trouble. I'd prefer to not get jump scared by the creepy monster friend. I feel like I don't want to open this one. Yeah, that's what I'm saying! I don't know which one it is. And I don't want to open one. I'm like listening. During the wardrobe puzzle, there will be a bunch of wardrobes everywhere. Head past... Hold on, I'm gonna go back to the beginning here, because it's like I'm all the way in the back. Okay, so head past the other wardrobes and find the one that seems like it's near the middle? Oh, okay. This kind of seems like it's in the middle. Huh. What? 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 I risked one and it wasn't in it. What? I thought this was in the middle. Go ahead past the other wardrobes and find the one that seems like it's near the middle. Well, I don't know what more middle I can be. Is it this one? This doesn't seem to be in the middle, though. What about, are you in the middle? I don't know. Wait. Oh! There's two sides! Ah! Nope! Not in that one! It's not in that one! Oh, that wasn't right. I thought this was the middle. Oh! You didn't tell me there was gonna be a jump scare to find it! Oh, that's so wrong! So messed up! How dare you! Fine, I found the fucking dolls. I found the dolls. Jesus. Fine. Whatever, we found the dolls. We got the dolls. Now I can get out of here. Oh, jeez. Oh god, it's darkness. Oh, this part is so creepy. Look at this. Look how creepy this is. We can't play this game for you. Yes, you can. You can so play this game for me. I need help. I hate this. This is so creepy. Oh. Uh-huh. I turn the TV on? This is kind of disorienting. I'm not gonna lie. Whoa! 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 What the fuck? What happened? Whoa! Whoa, whoa, whoa. What just happened? Did I go right side up for a second there? Ah! I didn't know it could get me! Are you serious? What? Oh, that's fucked up, yo. I didn't know it could get me here. Oh, man. God, that got me. Shit. Oh my god, I didn't expect him there. God! I guess I'll do latest autosave. Fuck. God, he was like right there! I didn't even know he was there! I don't know, man. The PC version is not... It is harsh. They take no prisoners in this version. I feel like the PlayStation one, they were very chill. Oh my god. Oh. Alright. I got this. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I'll be okay. We'll be fine. I hope. Wait, what? Wait, what? Oh. No, we're fine. I still got my trophy, so we're good. We're good. They added a trigger saying you have to die once per chapter or it'll spawn camp you? What? Are you serious? If that's for real, oh, I was about to say, I was gonna get real freaking pissed and be like, what kind of garbage is that? Alright, so apparently we can't fool around in here. Alright, We can't screw around in here because apparently Ghosty McGee can come kill me. At least he can't kill me in here. Can I use my lighter? At least I know I'm safe in here. Can I just stay right in here? It's nice and cozy in here. Alright, let's pull the giant board. I feel... Oh, Jesus. Mm-hmm. I feel the head pats. They do nothing coming on. No, I mean... It does enough. It does enough. There's only so much... Whoa, jeez. Whoa. Whoa, whoa. Okay. There's only so much, you know? I have to be my own head pat at some point, right? Alright, where's the ghosty? The ghosty boy's gone, right? Yeah, ghosty boy's gone. Okay, cool. Okay. I'm not staying in one place very long, because I think Ghosty Man is, he's a little ferocious on this one. Oh, wait, no, there's no- oh, no, I don't want to be in here. I don't want to be in here. There's nothing in here. There's nothing in there. Nothing. Oh. Oh, I can't see. Oh. Oh, God. What is this? What is this? What is this? I don't like this. I don't like this. I don't like it. I don't like it. Nope, never mind. I thought I needed to go in there. I clearly was very wrong. Close all the doors. And hey, they're still going. You're definitely getting your money's worth. I cannot store this item. What? What do you mean I can't store this item? What do you mean? What do you mean? Yes, I can. Fuck off, chair. Drop. Go, go, go. Can I get my lighter back? God, it's so dark. God. Ugh. Ugh. So there isn't a key over there that I need to get? I thought there was. Oh. Okay. Oh. Okay. Okay. I can't go in that one. Nope. Do I go in this door? I don't like any of these doors. You know what? No. I don't like any of these options. What's in here? Is there anything good in here? Wasn't there a thing here? Isn't this the right way? I think this is the right way. Blah, blah, blah. This is the right way, right? Isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, rusty key. Where do I get the rusty key? Fuck, where do I get the rusty key? I'm confused. Did I go the wrong way? Oh no, did I go the wrong way? Is on a shelf somewhere? Did I miss it? Oh no, did I miss it? Oh! No! 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 No? I don't know what I saw. I don't know what that was. I don't know what that was. Open. Okay, let's go. Let's get out of here. Ah! 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 Please. Go away! Go away! Go away! Go away, go away, go away! Go away! Go away! Go away! Go away! Go away! Please! Please go away! Go away! Go away, 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 go away. Okay, let's use Rusty Key. Get the fuck out of here. Oh, okay. Okay. I need the big tall thingy. I need the big board thingy. Okay, go away, go away. I can't do anything with you. No, go away. I need the big board. Oh shit, where do I take it? Is it this way? Is it this way? Yeah, it is. It is. Let's get out of here! Let's get out of here! Fuck this place! Ah! Ah! Let's go, let's go, let's go. Let's just run. Let's run, let's run! No, fuck this place. Goodbye, 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 goodbye. Nope, nope, nope. I don't need any of you. Don't need any of you. Oh no. Wait. Do I get a trophy for this one? Ma, do I get a trophy for going in this door? I don't remember. Is there a trophy for this one? For the jump scare door? Because if not, I'm not gonna do it. But if it is, I'll do it. I just don't know if there is one. I'm like waiting. I don't want to open the door if I don't have to. But just in case, I think the jump scare door is part of the progression. Okay. Oh no. Well, too bad. I already did it. So, well, we already did it. All right. I'm alive. Whatever. Fuck it. We already did it. Oh, fuck. Jump scare me, please. Just get it done and over with. Ah! I know she's gonna be up here. I know she's gonna be up here. I know it's up here. I know it's up here. I know. Fuck, I can't see. Fuck. I can't see. Oh my god, where am I? Oh my god. I cannot. Oh, thank God. There we go. Jesus Christ. I could barely fucking see. Okay. Oh my God. I may be terrified and I may be a freaking coward, but I'm freaking determined, god damn it. I will get through it. Even if I must die, I will get through it. Do I climb this? No? Why am I climbing on trash? Can I get up? There we go. What a messy room. What a messy room. Oh, and of course you open this way. Oh, how wonderful. We're back. I'm so happy to be back. Now where do I go? Now where do I fucking go? I don't remember. I don't remember where I'm supposed to go. Do I just follow this again? I think I do. Yes. I do. Lighter. Bathroom? Oh! That's right, I have to come in the bathroom! And soak in the tub, right? Right? Soaky in the tubby? No? Maybe? Right? Is that what I'm supposed to do? With alcohol? Am I wrong? I thought I was supposed to... No, no. I thought I was supposed to turn the thing on. Am I wrong? What the hell do I do? Wait a minute. What? No? Close the curtain? Okay. Now I can open it. There we go. Oh man, I forgot about the thing looking at you through the window. Yeah, it does! Ah! Like that! Alright, let's turn off the light. I like how I got another lighter right at the end. Well, it's kind of... Yeah, I mean, it is technically the end of it. While I wait for my death to fill up in the tub. At least I'm the safety of this room. Thank God. At least it'll give me a second to drink some water. Oh my God. Okay, let's check this tub. How are we looking? How are we looking, tub? Let's see. What are we drinking? Some Johnny Walker? Okay. That's what every 6-year-old likes to drink in the tub. Why not? Hey, at least you didn't get murked in your safe room this time. Oh my God, let's not talk about that. Let's not relive that. Ah! Memory! Hey, 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 Miss Thing. Ah! Uh-huh, uh-huh. Mm-hmm. No, ma'am. We don't do that darkness here. We don't do that darkness here. You can take your raspy, breathy self somewhere else. All right. Is it time for me to go in the tub now? All right. Let's get in the tub. Let's get in the tub, guys. Oh, you're taking a real long time. I don't know why he takes, like... Does he take the camera with him and his lighters? Man, this is not the time to take a bath, my dude. Oh God, especially if you see that shit. Okay, down the tub we go. Now we get to at least see the story, what happened, technically. See? TV. It rots your brain. Oh, I'm in the great ether.
Why would she do that? She loved Pico.
I don't know. She's never done anything like it.
Jack and Kudo, thank you for the follow. Hello, welcome.
I think we should see a professional.
We're in the wonderful part of Visage where we're finding out what happened to Lucy. We're in like some weird nether ether place in the bathtub.
You heard the diagnostic. She could be in danger. We don't have much of a choice.
I know all that. But who the hell prescribes syringes for a child? Couldn't they just give us pills like everyone else?
Nah, where's the fun in that?
A parent that thrusts needles up their arms. This new doctor clearly doesn't know anything about parenting.
Oh, jeez, God. That low rumble when the new section appears.
I don't want their help anymore. She's only been worsening ever since we went to these doctors. Imaginary friends and all these weird behaviors. She doesn't even call me Mom anymore!
But what does she
They're
call
just
you
trying
then?
to help. It's not their fault. Even before we sought their help, she had problems. She killed Pico for fuck's sake.
She killed the bird!
Don't you remember?
Ah, the tub. Yes, let's go back to our tub. Our safety tub. Can we get to the tub a little faster? Come on, Dwayne, let's go. Oh, yay, we're getting into the tub of tomato juice. Just what we need after a long day of running for our lives. Why not? Trigger warning? I guess. Maybe? I mean, if you get triggered by tomatoes, you know, tomato juice. It's just like sitting in a tub of V8. Just really thick V8 juice. Well, I mean, you don't really see a whole lot, but yeah, I mean, it's true, I guess. We basically get to see what happens to Lucy and why she has that really raspy voice. And why we always hear her breathing funny. Yeah, the next part definitely isn't pleasant. Which I still, like, I always remember watching this and it just, logically it didn't make sense to me. Like, how do you even do that? Is that even physically possible? She just wants to stare at herself in the mirror, Dad. You just don't understand.
Open that goddamn door now! Move!
The jittering creature tells you to do it. I just don't see how that's humanly possible to rip off your own jaw. Like, can you actually do that? I feel like without, like, sawing off the actual skin, how would you do that? But yeah, the reason she has very raspy breathing, wheezing, I guess is the right way to put it, is she ripped off her own jaw. Maybe she got a hold of Dad's razors. Oh, maybe that's what the razor is in the sink for. Maybe. Yummy. So delicious. Okay, well, at least that's done now. End of Lucy's chapter. A gruesome end. Maybe that is what she did. Yes! The key! Oh, the fun key! The save key. It's very ugly. It is very ugly. Yay. Oh, we get a fun thing. Okay, yay, 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 yay. Okay, we've got a fun moment. We've got a fun moment now. I forgot about that part. Can you not do that? Thank you. Oh, that's right. And I forget we get to keep the camera. I always forget that. Can I put that there? No. Okay. Let's switch this around, because now we're technically not stuck here. And now we can turn on all the lights again. Oh, right. I forgot the goop monster's a thing. I forgot about him. Oh, fuck. I was all happy, not realizing that he's still here. Alright, I just need the code, which is room 302. Basement. Room 302. I wonder what that could be. Lighter. Bless you, Lord. Bless you. Nope, not that one. There we go. Oh, now the drawers open frantically. Alright, that's on, that's on, that's on. Alright, goop monster, you just stay in the wall. Okay? You just stay in the wall. I don't want anything to do with you. Ah! Okay. Keep this on, please. Thank you. Oh, geez. I can't. Well, never mind. Never mind. Did I get all the cassettes for... I wonder if I got them all. Oh, the goop thing is getting big. We're just gonna ignore it. We're just gonna ignore the big goop thing up there. I'm making sure all of my lights are turned back on. Because we've got cassettes. I don't know how many of them we have. I think we have all of them now, actually. Oh no, we're missing one. We're missing one? Uh-oh. Do I find it later? I don't remember. Yeah, I don't remember if we find that later or not. Is the goop guy here? Oh, goop guy's there. Oh no. Oh no, no, no. Where's the light over here? Oh, I don't like the goop. Oh. Oh. Okay. I want to stay away from the goop. Can you see which ones you have? You should have access to all of them now. Yeah, let me look. Hold on, let me... Oh, the lighter is empty. Well then, let's get rid of that. I've got... Open inventory. I got greed. How do I go to the next one? Oh, there we go. I got greed, negligence, indifference, pride, and prison, and affliction. Do I find one while I'm doing these? Is there one somewhere that I didn't see? Maybe I missed one somehow. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no, we're not going that way. We're not going that way. We're not going that way. No sirree, Bob. We're not. We're gonna stay right here. 'Cause this is safe. This is safe town right here. I think the one you need is in the Wait. Basement. In the base. With 302? Yeah, let's go downstairs to 302. Let's go do room 302. That's at least gonna be something fun. That'll be a funny thing to do. It's a little Easter egg that the game creators put in. Okay. Oh god, it's dark. Oh god, it's dark. Oh god, it's dark. Oh, it's dark. Turn. Nope. Light. Light, 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 light. Can you? Thank you. Light, 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 light. I am not very good at aiming with this controller. Don't forget to check for aliens. Yes, 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 yes. Aliens. Aliens, aliens. You know what? I'm gonna use my mouse for this. Because this is a little bad. There. Turn on. Turn on. Thank you. I don't see any aliens. I'm not seeing one. Oh! Why? Lights are on! Lights are on! Lights are on! Homie, thank you. Game trying to make it sound like there's no freaking lights on in here. Can you set? Set! Why won't you sit, please? Sit down! Oh my fuck. Come on. Ah! Oh. Kiss Nix, thank you so much for the host. I'm getting scared by the host sound. Hi guys, how's it going? Thank you so much for the raid. Hello. Hi guys. Hopefully you guys are having a good evening so far. I'm trying to set a candle down and doing very badly at doing it. There we go. All right. Ah, let's go back in the light. Back in the light. Back in the light. Back in the light. Okay. All right. We're good. We're good. I think. Oh goodness gracious. Oh, how was Rainbow Six? How was Rainbow Six? I have not played Rainbow Six in a very, very long time, but I quite enjoyed it when I used to play it. Boblet, man, I'm about to know this house better than my own. I know, right? Memorize the layout from one stream. You have to! I swear, you really have to, quite honestly. Can I light the candle from here? I can light the candle from across the room. Very hard. Oh, I bet. But hopefully you guys had a good night. Hopefully you had a good stream. Well, welcome, guys. For those who have no idea who the heck I am, I'm Haruka Yumi. I am a VTuber, variety streamer, and we're currently playing through a wonderful horror game that I've played through before called Visage. I quite love this game, even though it absolutely terrifies me on multiple levels. But it's really fun. It's really fun. It's a pretty good story, in my opinion. And we just finished one of the chapters, and I'm kind of wandering around finishing up some pieces. And we're actually about to do a really fun little Easter egg that the developers put in the game. So I'm about to check this room one last time to see if there's any... Ooh! Candle. Candle. Come here. Come here. I need this candle. I want to try this game. Oh, you should! It is on... Oh, apparently this candle doesn't want to go in this part. So we're just going to stand it upright and do it this way. There we go. That's a ghetto way to do it. But it's on PlayStation, and it is also on Steam, of course. And I think now it is on Game Pass if you have Xbox. So yeah. This game is amazing. Yeah, that is very true. Oh god, no! The goop is coming down here now. No! There definitely is a little bit of a learning curve. It's definitely not a horror game that, as Blade put down, it does not hold your hand. It does not tell you sometimes what you need to do. So sometimes you can get a little frustrated because you're like, what the hell am I supposed to do? But it's good. It's definitely worth it. I highly recommend it. All right, so we are going to room 302. We're going to room 302. Kissnix, thank you for the follow. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I really appreciate that. Okay, let's... Oh, God. Oh, and I don't know how to pronounce that name. I want to say it, but I'm so afraid I'm going to say it badly. Is it Amhia? Amhaya? I don't want to like butcher it really badly, but thank you so much for the follow. I really appreciate that. Nyamas meow, thank you for the follow. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But I appreciate all you guys for the follows. Okay, let's do this wonderful secret little Easter egg that we're about to do. We just finished a really terrifying chapter where this poor girl, yes, that's how it said, oh, yay, good, okay, good. I was like, I'm gonna really just completely bomb this name, but I'm glad, good, yay. So we just finished a chapter where we got to see a poor little girl, basically, who got hijacked and harassed by a very terrifying imaginary friend, quote unquote, and basically rip her jaw off. So that was really fun. That was really great. But now we're about to do room 302, which is just a quick little Easter egg. So if you ever played a certain horror game, you may get this reference. Maybe. Possibly. It's so creepy though. Like this room, just seeing it, I'm like, oh, I know what it is. Oh, I hate it. I hate it so much. Every time that stupid Easter egg is so dumb. Oh my god, it's so stupid. So, okay, for those who have no idea what the fuck that was about, that was supposed to reference Silent Hill. Silent Hill 4, I think is this the room? I don't know why. The girl that was just doing that you know, bomb ass dancing was the little girl who we dealt with in the chapter. So it was a really stupid Easter egg, but it was so funny. I love that they put that in there. Especially when I played it the first time and I had no idea it was coming. It definitely took me by surprise. Because I'd just been screaming my head off, being chased by this girl, harassing me for like a good hour, and then, you know, I see her doing this fucking, like, dancing. Okay, alright. So, we came downstairs, because we were looking for VHSs that I'm missing, because there is a collection of VHSs that I need to find some extra stuff. But I seem to be missing a VHS. And I don't know where it is. Oh, oh god, it got bigger. Oh, no. No. That goop is bad. It's bad goop. Bad goop. We want to stay away from the goop. The goop is bad juju. Can I turn the light on? No, oh god, no, come back. Well, that is a horrible light. You do nothing. You are garbage. Check drawers? Drawers here? Okay. Oh, maybe it's there? Maybe in this? Maybe? Here? No? Nope. Not in there. In here? No? These aren't drawers, so that would be a negatory. What about here? No. I found you! Addiction. Just the tape I need. A tape for my addiction. Dwayne's Memento Master. Yay, I got that trophy. I remember someone finding a place under the house. I think they crawled through a vent. Yeah. There's tons of like little secret things, which is actually kind of what I think we're about to deal with. There's so many different things that go on in this game with the different chapters. It honestly could be a couple different things, but it's so good. It's so good. I highly recommend it. If I haven't said that already. Okay, we got the last tape. Okay, finally. All right. Okay, now we have to start doing these. Now we have to do these. So I guess we could do addiction first. Let's put it in the VHS. All right, let's watch our home video about addiction. Oh yeah, that's right. The videos are like really random. Yep, I'm in the end game now. Oh yes, we're doing the bedroom one first. Okay. I like the creepy growling from the tape. That's the wait. Right, there's a hole underneath the bed. Right. A hole beneath the bed. Okay, so we gotta go to the bedroom upstairs. We gotta go in that hole. Oh, we get to deal with the crazy guy in my head. The crazy demon guy who talks in my head and offers me a drink, which is weird. I still really want to know who the hell he is. I want to know who he is. All right, well, I know where we're going, so let's just go forth and conquer, and hopefully we don't run into the goop man. Oh no, the goop's going there now. Oh no. Oh no. No. Oh no. Oh god. Go. Go down the stairs. Get down the stairs. Fucking goop man. Okay. All right. It's fine. What? You are a terrible light. Oh. My favorite sleeping buddy. Oh. Hello. Uh-huh. How kind of
Why, hello there, chap. I've been waiting for you for quite some time now.
Oh.
You're my friend, aren't you? Care to share a drink with me?
Are you in the pandemic as well, my dude? I feel ya. Can you share your mask with me? Do I sit?
What a look you have! Are you tired somehow? I getcha. It's hard to rest in this place, isn't it? Yes,
Yeah.
I know. I've been here for quite some time, and I'm glad you came along. But hey, we're here to talk about you, right? Never mind my foolish burdens and talk to me. So you feel confused, don't you? I understand. Everything has been really blurry since you woke up, hasn't it? Do you even know your own name, old friend?
Yeah?
Dwayne, of course. There's no mystery here, but I can see that you are wondering if this is real after all. I can assure you, although this might not reassure you, that it is very real. In fact,
Must it be?
one might say that this is the first time you're facing reality. No, don't look at me like that.
What?
I'm on your side, Dwayne. We've been friends for so long, after all.
Have
Who
we?
am I? You've always been like this, haven't you? Always asking the wrong questions. Dwayne. Listen to me here.
I'm
The
so
real question
confused.
isn't who am I, but who are you? Dwayne? But that is nothing but a name, my friend. I'm not asking about a name. I'm asking about who you are.
I don't even
now,
know.
Dwayne, shush a little bit and take a sip.
Must I?
Remember, you and me, we go a long way. I'm on your side. Why don't we take a little sip to our friendship?
I actually think he's supposed to be a metaphorical representation of my inner demons, I think. Because they don't really tell you who he is or what he is. But I definitely think he's Because he says he's been with us for a really long time. And he seems to know all of my issues. So that's why I think he's supposed to be like, you know, for people who have addiction issues, you know, that inner demon that you are so close with, your best friend. At least I think. It's just a theory. I don't know.
Cheers.
I feel like it's left up to interpretation, you know? And he's drinking some Johnny Walker, too. It's some
If
tough
you want
shit,
me to
man.
help you, I've got to know something. Are you a fucking murderer?
I don't know, am I?
No? Well, what could be the reason behind all that drinking and drugging then? What's up with you?
I don't know, man.
Oh. You've been seeing things, you say? Things,
Things.
Things like that.
Oh, hi,
Don't
guys.
you worry, my friend.
Huh?
Just take a sip, and everything's gonna be back to normal. Go ahead. Drink a little of this wonderful poison. It'll do you real good.
Will it, though?
I would advise you to take that drink now, my friend.
Why? What is in it? These... Oh, God, I hate jittering anything. I hate jittering anything. Well, I can't... Jitters. I always thought he was the dark entity that lives within the house. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
See? Ain't that sweet?
Ain't
You know
that
you can
sweet?
always rely on this to get you back on track, don't you? Yeah. You remember the coarse taste that burns and slides down your throat, ominously bringing relief in the dulling of your senses?
Well, that's very
Come
deep
on,
of you.
take another sip. You know you want it.
He should be a writer. He's very good at being very descriptive. All right, why not? Let's take another drink, guys. Cheers. Salud.
Cheers.
Ah, silence.
And
Ooh,
another
not really
sip.
silence. Why are we listening to this anyway? Can't we play some, like, not whatever this is? It just makes me think I'm in, like, Bendy or something.
Cheers.
Salud.
Now, Dwayne, will you fucking tell me who you are?
The fuck? Bro. Okay. Did you have to yell at me like that? I'm right here. Okay. I guess we're done here. I guess I just keep drinking? If you are planning to go for as many trophies as you can, don't forget that there are 2 endings, and one has to be gotten before you finish Chapter 4. Oh, which ending is that? Is that the one in the room with the wall? Mirror mask, right? Is that what I have to do? I have to go and do the quote-unquote early ending? I think that's what you mean. Can I turn off the rinky-dink music? And why does he live in the TV? I have so many questions. So many questions. And why is there a room underneath the room? Okay. Okay. I'm just so afraid to go back upstairs because I know the goopy monster is getting... He's growing strength right now. Whoa. Sorry, I'm so used to games where you just walk up to the ladder and it starts going. Alright, goop monster, where are you at? You here? Oh god, I think I can see it from here. Wait, no I can't. Wait. I don't know. Oh, whoa! Okay. Well, the bed metamorphosized itself here already. Wait. It looks Oh. Okay. Okay. I'm sorry. Can you not? It looked foggy in this closet. I was investigating. Jeez. Oh God, please. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. No, no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Okay. Oh! Oh no. Oh, the goop is growing everywhere. Oh. God, the goop, the goop! Okay, that's fine, it's fine. We did this one already, right? Yeah, we got the piece already. Okay, so we can put... I'll hold on to it, because that way well, no. Let's put it back. Let's put it back. We're just going to start in order, so that way we know which ones we've done. So that way I do not get confused. Okay, so we did addiction, and now we can do greed. No, I don't want that one. But yeah, both endings are at the beginning, and you have to do the early ending 7 times. Right, 7 times before you unlock the true ending. That's right, that's right, that's right. Okay, now we can do the vent. We can go do the vent. Also, your head pad is still on. I know. I know. I probably should turn that off. I probably should turn that off. Here, let's end that head pat for now. There we go. I just like that I'm safe in here for now, you know? Nothing can get me in here. The bird. Oh, that's right. I know where we need to go. So we need to go downstairs. And let's just, you know, check for lighters while I'm here, you know. I think I've got 3. No, we're good. We're good, fam. We're good. Okay. Oh, what? Oh. Oh, God. Oh, that goop is big. Oh, that goop is big. I don't like that goop. That goop is big. That goop is big. Make sure to manually save. Right. I forgot about saving. What is saving? I haven't been saving at all. Fuck. I forgot all about that. There we go. Make sure to manually save before you get the false ending. Yeah. Okay. All right, we're good. Oh, it's getting big. It's getting big, and that's what she said. Oh my God. Oh God, the goop is everywhere. Oh, the goop is everywhere. Oh. Okay. Make sure lights are on. Okay, lights are on. Lights are on. Lights are on. Okay. All right, so we got the light in here. Now we can go here. Right. I like how we get this really sad music to go in the vent. Oh, God. Well, geez, my dude. You didn't have to pull that hard. Well, that seemed like a dumb idea. Why did you do that? We can't reach the vent. Maybe there's another wait, is there another step ladder? Is there a step ladder? Kieran, hello! Hi, guys. Hello. Hello. I'm trying to find another step ladder. Hello, guys. Hi, guys. You came at a perfect time. Oh, the lighter is empty. Well, does this look empty to you? It's lit. You lie. How did your blood bowl go? At least luckily you missed the hysterics earlier, so we're at least at the calm portion, sorta, kinda, ish. Is there another stepladder in here? Is it in here? I don't know. I haven't come in here, like, the entire game. Is there a stepladder in here? Oh, no. I don't like it. Nope, we're not going in there. Where's another stepladder? I don't remember. Mod, where's the other step? Oh, never mind. Just kidding. I found it. I found it. I just hope the goop monster isn't here. Oh god, goop is here. Goop is here. No, no, no. Ignore the goop. Ignore the goop. We don't see the goop. The goop isn't there. Because if I don't see it, it doesn't exist. So we're good. Figured it out. Dumb computers being dumb and buffering. Oh no! Computers are dumb. Apparently I'm climbing. This poor lighter apparently cannot follow me. Lighter. Lighter. Are you okay? Alright, let's put you away. You're suffering. Oh, I guess I cannot. I cannot put it away. Alright, so right now, basically what we're trying to do, we're technically done with the story chapters, technically. Now we have a bunch of VHS tapes that we've collected throughout the game that we now have to go through and kind of, they're basically like little, like puzzles, and you have to kind of figure out where you're supposed to go. In case it buffered at a poor time. Oh, yeah, I was basically asking how the Blood Bowl thing went. Oh, hey, Crow. What's up, dude? You don't give a fuck. Well, at least you know now. At least he knows. Wait, what is this? Oh, literally every line is you don't give a fuck. You don't give a fuck. Well, good. They have a whole piece of paper that lets them know that I don't. What does that say? It has my name. I see Dwayne. Alright, well, is there anything in here? Whoa, I got Framey in here. Whoa, frames. Good lord, frames. Wow, that's a lot of alcohol. All work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. Wow, really? Wow. Really? You're gonna blast that? Uh-huh. Alright, let's sign the contract, guys. Let's sign it. Let's let them know that we really don't give a fuck. Sign on the dotted line. Gotta do my horror movie reference. The one thing I do like that for the most part in a lot of the VHS portions, oh, Jesus. Whoa, why is it so framey in here? Oh my god, frames. Okay, frames. Alright, hold on. Video. Why are you so framey? Syncing is on? That is just so weird. Good lord, it's so framey. Why is this making it framey? Holy moly. Oh, see, now it's smooth? Look at that. It's so smooth. And then framey. Apparently over there, it's, framey as fuck. I don't even know if I should shift any of my settings. Cause apparently it's just, or I could just run through it and just do it. Texture quality. And it's not even at a high texture quality! What is wrong with you? Effects quality. Let's do high or very high. Okay, well that's great options. Oh my god, I don't know. I guess we'll just deal with it. God, it's gonna be so framey, guys, so I am very sorry. Whoa, gee, whoa, bros. Okay. Alright, am I not supposed to, whoa! Do I not touch these guys? Okay, I'm gonna, whoa, okay, alright. Please don't touch me, don't touch me, don't touch me. 6 feet, 6 feet, stay 6 feet. None of you are vaccinated, stay away from me. Let me get to the center of the room, if I, am I allowed to touch them? I don't remember if I'm allowed to touch them. Because in Rakan's chapter, I'm not supposed to touch them. Am I allowed to go through? I guess so. I guess so. Yeah, okay. Alright, we're good. You killed the bird, you fuckers! How dare you! No, to answer your query, much blood was bold. Well, that's good. Though, I got salty Wi-Fi. Well, I mean, what kind of game is it if you don't have a little bit of salt in there? Slap their ass! Can't really do that. Oh, okay, well, no. See, that's what they say to that. They do not want to be touched. They said, don't touch the booty. Okay. Yay, death has become me. How great. They heard you. We don't, well, okay, I mean, I was gonna say we don't kink shame here, but, you know, I like to call it kink joking. It's more playful. It's not meant to be mean. But yeah, they don't want to touch booties around here. Alright, so we got that one done. Oh god. Oh no, we're by the goop! Oh god! Nope, run away, run away, run away, run away. Fuck that goop. Fuck that goop. Oh no, the goop is getting real bad everywhere. Oh no. And it's gonna be bad here too, isn't it? Oh, it is. Oh, it is. What about here? Oh, it's getting bad there too. Okay, okay, alright. Well, fuck. Wait, we got the piece, right? Yeah, we did. We did. Okay, let's save real fast. Let's save. Okay, alright. Oh, right, let's get this tape out. Alright, so we did the second one. Alright, let's put it back. Nope, not that. There we go. Okay, so we did addiction, greed, and I guess negligence now? Let's put the, oh, wrong place. I have to put it in the VHS place. In the the VHS place, the VCR. God. Yeah, put it in the thing for the VHS. So we watch these really weird videos, and then there's like little, clips, or, yeah, okay. So like this. Okay, I know which one this is. But it basically gives you like little hints as to where in the house you're supposed to go to get these little, things. But luckily, I pretty much know where this one goes. But, I'm trying to think. Should I do the special ending now? Or should I should probably do it. Remember to check. Oh, right, the fucking alien, right. I keep forgetting. You have to consistently remind me. I have horrible memory. But anyway, should I do the special ending, the obnoxious never-ending ending closer to the end, or should I do it now? Should I just knock it out now and be done with it, or what? Because we're gonna have to go all the way over there and deal with the goop creatures, and I'm not really looking forward to that, quite honestly. I mean, either way, I have to go down. I either have to go downstairs or I have to go across the house. You can do it whenever. Just don't have all the mask pieces before you do it. Okay. Let's do one more normal one. We'll do one more of the tapes, and then we'll do the special ending. Actually, no. We'll not do that, because then that ruins the fun. So we'll do. What the fuck? What was that for? God, this fucking game. Okay. Anyway, as I was saying before the house rudely interrupted, we'll probably do it on the second to last tape, the one marked prison. That way I won't have all of the pieces, and we can do the ending without it, you know, kind of being too soon. Oh! What? Why? What's wrong with you? I want to pay my electric bill. Stop. Oh, you're not on. I just realized it's not on. It seems to be working properly. That does not look to be working properly, but okay. Wait. Oh. I needed to turn it on. Well, there we go. We fixed it. Yay, I fixed it. The spoopies! It's the spoopy light switch! Oh, fuck. Oh, no. Alright, we're gonna run for it. Wait, no. We need to go downstairs. We're gonna go this way. Okay. We're good, we're good, we're good, we're good. As long as we don't go over there. You see how dark it is over there? Ugh. Alright, final disc. Wait, final disc? Wait a minute. Don't I put it here? On the thing? Yeah. Yeah, phonogram, yes. No, no! Put the phonogram in the thing. In the thing. Oh, shit, what? What? Stop. And I don't see any alien. I don't see an alien. Do you see an alien? I don't see one. Okay, can I? There we go. Oh yay, we get to go to the store. Yay, let's go to the grocery store. Let's what does he want to buy, guys? What do you think he wants to buy? In this one aisle. We get to find out Dwayne's issues.
Sorry.
See, it has like, you know, normal food and stuff.
There's only one thing with a discount. Beers.
Ooh, beer!
Yeah, beers are the only things with a special price today.
Yeah. Alright, give me one.
Cheese.
Give me one.
Soup.
Give me one.
The tomato.
Yeah, give me beer. Give me all the beer.
Nothing.
Just fill it up. If it's on discount, let's go, man.
It's a beautiful evening.
It's a beautiful evening to buy some beer.
Place to be right now.
How many do you think I can fit?
All your needs for food, especially
No?
drinks covered.
Ah,
It's hot outside.
dang it.
A beer would be nice, wouldn't it?
A beer would be nice, actually.
Fill that void in your soul.
Well, no, but I like beer. No. No, thank you. I don't need that much. But I'll take some.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Well, I've got a whole cart full. You don't need to tell me. I can't get no more.
So there's no reason not to.
As we can clearly tell, Dwayne has a drinking problem.
Maybe 2.
Why not 10?
One for the evening, one for later tonight.
Yeah.
Maybe more since there's a special price.
Yeah. See, this guy knows what's up, though.
1 or 2 beers for the morning too.
Because quite honestly, if you get a really good beer, I can completely understand why someone would want to have, you know,
Or
a fair amount of them a day.
need more beers.
But he's getting, like, craft beer. It looks kind of like, you know, a Bud Light type of thing, which is like, that's like cheapo beer. At least get a good beer. Oh, wheeling into the darkness. How can I drink in the darkness, though? Whoa, okay. Hello. Ah, yes. I get to drink more. This is fun. I love this part. This is my favorite part. I get to sit in my chair and watch home movies and drink my depression. It's great. It's wonderful. Yeah, this game, just as a heads up, this game definitely deals with a lot of people's inner demons. Just, you know, BTW. So if you don't like dealing with you know, death and despair and and addiction problems and suicide and all kinds of wonderful things,
Now.
then don't play
Daddy?
it.
I want a story.
I'll tell you a story about how I bought this beer.
I think it would be great if you told her a bedtime story, Twain. It's been a while.
I can tell a bedtime story about how I bought the beer. That's about all I got for you. Oh, like you see, oh, the paintings, right? Do you see? There's like
Are you
dripping
just going to ignore her?
from the paintings.
Always ignoring us, glued to your fucking beers. You don't talk, you don't sleep in the bedroom,
Oh,
you
look
don't
at
get out
it!
at all, you just don't care, do you?
I care about my beer.
Why don't you just leave?
Mom.
I would if I could. Oh, the walls are so creepy. I'm just consumed.
Why aren't you like that, Twilight? Talk to me.
I don't know. I ask myself that every day.
So good to us.
Yeah, I'll drink again. I love games where I'm literally just sitting here doing nothing but clicking drink. Drink! Nah, man, you gotta hold it in. All right. That piece was inside of me, that's right. The mask. All right, we're getting there. Wait, oh, can I drink some more? Aw. No, I wanted to drink some more. Drinking Simulator 2021. Hey, man, they've made a simulator game about everything. Why have they not made one about that? They literally have a game called, I think it was Drug Dealer Simulator? I mean, come on. Make it like a craft beer simulator or something, you know? Am I done? Did I take my beer? Hold my beer. I guess I just come out. Oh god. Oh! Oh! Okay. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. Is the room back to normal now? Yes. Yay. Why do you keep shutting? Can you please stop shutting on me, please? We're gonna get that goop monster sooner or later. I know he's coming. He's coming for me, man. And all his goopiness. Someone can't hold their booze. I know, right? What a wimp. Okay, now, what's the next one? Addiction, greed, negligence, and indifference, I think is the next one, right? Yeah. Oh, VHS. Right. Okay. Oh, right. What is this one? There's one of them that's kind of tricky, and I can't remember which one it is. Which one is that? What's funny is, like, I think as we get closer to the end, they actually get kind of complicated, I think. Oh, I remember. Okay, I know where it is. I know where that is. Now, to find a safe way to get there is the question. We're gonna go this way. I think this is a safe way. I think. I could be very wrong, though. Are you... Okay. This is safe. It's totally safe. Alright, we're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. Right here, right? Right here, right? Looks like something was on the wall before. No, we have to get the frames! Oh no! I forgot! No! Fuck, I don't remember where the frames are. Oh no, no. I forgot. Shit. We have to go back upstairs. Never mind. Oh. Nope. I don't know what that was about, but I don't want to find out. We're just gonna keep going. Gotta find out which ones you don't have. We still need some of the dolls as well. We do? We do? What dolls do I not have? What do you mean? What do you mean? I thought I had them. I got the trophy for the dolls. Did I not get? Oh, what? Did I not get all of them? Oh shit! I don't remember where the frames are. But where are the frames? Does the tape tell me? I don't remember. Shit. I have to watch the tape now. I'm gonna study the tape real hard. It's a great beach. Can you tell me where the fucking frames are? Because isn't that what I'm supposed to do? Aren't I supposed to collect frames or something? Okay. Spiral staircase, which tells me nothing. I don't remember that. Oh, wait. Oh! Okay. Right. I remember the bedroom one. Okay. 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 I think I know. Okay. Right. Okay. Okay. I think I got all of that. I think I got all of that. Oh god, the goop on the wall. And it's like you can't even hang around because the game doesn't like when you're just being idle. So... Oh! Like that! Like that. The game gets pissy when you stay idle for more than like a second. Tape gives hints. I know one is in the electrical room. Oh, no. Hold on. We are not going into the darkness when my lighter is about ready to go. Nope, we will wait. We will wait until it's gone. And then I will get a new one and we'll be fine. We'll be fine. It's fine. Oh god, look at that! Look at it, it's so gross. Is it out now? Oh, what? Why? Why is my brain getting red? Why? Why is my sanity getting red? Stop. What is going on? What is going on? Alright, let me drop it. Okay. Alright, so we've got 2 lighters still. I do not want to go upstairs because I have to deal with 2 goop monster possibilities if we go that route. Let's go down this way. Wasn't there one here? Didn't it say there was one here or something? I could have been wrong, though. I think I was wrong. Oh god, why did that squeak like that? Oh, light. Hold on. There we go. Okay. We got a little bit more light. Oh, what? What? Oh. You know what? That's what I say to that. Shut your damn door. Wasn't there one here? I thought it was here. Am I crazy? Alien check. Oh, fuck. I forgot. Electric room. Hold on. Electric room, basement, freezer room. Freezer room? Closet. Parents' closet. Oh, God. We gotta go buy the goop monster. No. I don't want to. I don't see an alien. Do you see it? I don't even know what it looks like. But I don't see it. So, don't activate, please. Is it that? That. Okay. I don't want to deal with that. I don't want to. Alright, so we got the freezer room. Oh god, shit. Okay, so we got the freezer room. Basement, storage room. Storage room? Chair area opposite of the laundry. I'm trying to remember all these. I'm trying to mentally picture all these places. I know there's one here, but I don't want to cross over there. I don't want to cross that. When you said basement storage room, what do you mean? Is that this room over here? Is that this room? Is it this room? I don't think it's this room. No, I think I'm wrong. I think I'm wrong. But I want to stay away from the goop. Oh wait, storage room. Oh my god, I'm dumb. In here, right? Right? Am I wrong? Oh, can I not open you? Is it in here? No. Is it in here? The storage room. Where? Oh god, creepy doll. Where? Oh no. I don't like that. I don't like that. Where? Am I crazy? Am I blind? Where? You must... Oh, no, no, no. Why? No! I don't want to do... I don't want to do this part. I hate this. No, that's why I forgot about it. No. No, I don't want to. Oh, good. Oh. Okay, because if you go too far in, something weird happens, and I don't want to be in there. So, no. Okay. All right. I guess we have to go to the electric room. Since we're here. Don't. Is it in here? Where is it? Oh. Found it. Let's get out of here. Okay, let's stand in the light. Oh god, lighter is nearly empty. Is that a lighter? Yes! God bless America. Oh, this game feels so much pity for me right now. Okay, alright. So now we have left is the parents' closet, progress room, chair area by the laundry. Cool. Alright, we're good. We got this. Oh, nope, no we don't. No we don't. Hold on. I have to have my security lighter. People have security blankets and Oh! What is this madness? It spawned a new lighter. Oh my god. Thank you, game. God bless you. God bless you. The red chemical disaster. Hey, how's it going? Also, oh, whoa. Hi. Yes, I am on the final chapter. This is technically my second go round with this game, so I have been around the rosy with this game a couple times already. But we are now doing the VHS parts where we're doing all the little side puzzles to get the fun mask. Okay, so we've got parents' closet, progress room, opposite the laundry. Got it. Oh, wait, why did I do this? Why did I do this? Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. No. I don't want to. No. I hate the goop. I haven't had to deal with the goop man yet, and I'm trying so hard to avoid the goop man. I don't want to deal with the goop man, please. No. Don't grab me. Don't grab me. Don't grab me. Where is it? Where is it? What? What? Where is it? I thought it was here. Am I crazy? I thought you said it was here. Am I wrong? Did I misread you? I thought it was here. The chair by the laundry, right? Is it in here? Am I crazy? Unless you go through the garage, you gotta pass the goop. Yeah. Nah, it's around there somewhere. What? What? Where? Oh. It's on the wall. Wow. The last place that I would think a frame would be. On the wall. Well, at least we found it. At least we found it. Okay. Alright. Let's... Goopa. Oh, Goopa, no. Run away. We're safe over here. There's no goop monster over here. Okay, so it was in... I'm sorry? Excuse you? This doesn't even turn on really much light anyway, so why would you... Ugh. Yeah, so we got everything, and we've got most of the pieces. We've only got a couple left. Okay, so now we've got that, Let me check. I think... What? Stop. Stop turning stuff off around me. This game is trying to harass me now. Parents' closet is all that's left. Oh, sweet. Okay, all right. We can get there. We can get there in one piece, right? Right? We can get upstairs, right? Right? Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, no. No. Don't grab me. Okay, we're good. We're good. We're good. I believe in you. Thank you. As long as the goop monster doesn't grab me, we're good. And he actually manifests into a physical form, which I'm trying to avoid. Okay, let's go upstairs. Let's hurry up and go. Can I turn on the light? Oh, big goop. Oh, gotta save. Oh, forgot. I gotta save. Save. Okay. All right. And then the last one was here. I believe in the goop monster. Why? Why would you do that? How dare you? No goop. Say no to the goop. Goop for president. Okay. Oh, God. Now I have to do this all fucking individually. There. Fantastic. Now go. Go! Like the wind, go! Open the door. No timeouts, but we just keep cruising for a bruising is what he's cruising. But nah. I love Kita. Kita's fine. The never-ending story. Oh my, look at all these cans! That's so much beer, my dude! That is so much beer, my dude. I mean, I feel like this is maybe as much beer as I've drank in my lifetime, maybe, but that's a lot. Please don't crush them if you've been saving them up. Oh, yay! Oh, yay! My favorite snack! My rainbow pills! Awesome! I've been waiting for this. Oh, that's right. The only way I can free myself is to taste the rainbow. Alright, let's start with pink, because pink's my favorite color. Because why not, right? If it's pink, it's gotta taste good, right? That's a lot of booze for hey, you know, I mean, I don't know. Taking care of a cafe, man, it takes a toll on you. I'm just kidding. All right, we'll do blue. We're gonna do blue next. Doesn't really matter, I think, but because why not? And then we'll do green. But I thought that's what you have fennel for, to take the edge off. Hey, hey, that's private matters. That's private matters. We don't discuss that in public. And... ooh, I'm getting wobbly. Oh, look at the edges! The edges! The edges! Oh, man. Alright, let me out! Let me free! Let me loose! Let me go crazy! Let me enjoy the world! I've got my pills now. I'm ready to go, man. I'm ready to go. Let's go. Alright, Goop Monster, I'm fully loaded. Let's... oh, whoa. Okay, never mind. I guess not. Alright, I guess not. I guess not. Just kidding. May I leave? Can I leave? No? Oh, well, okay. Well, hi, rooms? Rooms? Oh. What? Oh. Is that more pills? Oh, more pills! But I like those. Oh, we can't go to that one. Oh. I don't know what that's supposed to be. I guess alcohol? Oh! It's beautiful. Oh, God! Oh, fuck. Alright, let me out now. Let me out now. Let me out now. Oh, hello! Oh, my inner thoughts. Welcome to all welcome you all to the AA meeting, exactly. Let me out! No? No? Oh, I am now consumed. I'm consumed by my own hatred. Oh, this part! Right! I forgot we get to go into the dark depths of depression and anxiety. I forgot about this part. Right. Welcome to my vacation. It's a great place. It's my summer home. These are tourists. Ignore them. It's wonderful. It's great. I come here every summer. Every summer. Okay, let's go. Ah, yes, the purgatory of my mind. Well, the A meeting of doorification. It is. It's basically endless doors. I feel like this would kind of be what, like, purgatory would be like, you know? I feel like this is what it would be like, you know? If they were to make something a visual representation of some type of actual purgatory, I think it would be something like this. But at least for those who are, you know, not a big fan of sunlight, I feel like this is actually a perfect place for you. It's nice and dark. Not sure what all of this is, though. It looks pretty slimy and wet, which I'm not a big fan of, quite honestly. And I could do without the screams, too. Oh, that's right, I have to row. Wait, do I actually have to row? Or is it do it automatically? Okay, it does it automatically. Good. Oh, I remember. I remember when I first played this on the PlayStation, I think I got stuck. Oh, yes, people's addictions. Yeah. The beer and the TV. Is that like a giant apple? I don't know what that is. That's kind of weird. Ah, yes, the suicide guy. That's right. You need to do a presentation on a school and show gameplay of Visage and then go, well, kids, this was my presentation about living with schizophrenia. I hope you are all petrified for life. Yeah, pretty much. That's exactly how that I feel would go. I feel like every child would have to go through therapy, quite honestly. But that's fine. Everyone needs a little therapy, right? It's good for you. It's good for the soul. Now these guys, I don't know. I don't think there's any amount of therapy that's going to help these guys. Especially that one. I think he's counting the floor. I don't know. What is that? It's like, is it an apple? It is an apple. It's like an apple that's decaying over time. Lovely. All right. Anyway, on that note, we'll leave these guys here to enjoy their summer home in this wonderful venue. As I go to whatever this is. Oh, nope. Do I not go up this way? Do not? There we go. Got kind of stuck. If I cared about what they'd say, I would stop and try and listen to what they're murmuring, but it's probably nothing. Oh, the spiral! That's right, the spiral. The spiral we saw on the tape. I forgot about that. Now I wonder, what is someone with schizophrenia doing home alone, losing sanity, and doesn't get the help he needs? Because he gets the pills, but then, yeah, you would think that they look after the guy. I know, right? Like, nah, we're just gonna give pills. Why not? They'll be fine. Self-help, right?
Oh, Dwayne, welcome to your domain.
Oh.
I was waiting for you impatiently.
Oh, he's back.
What? You tell me this isn't your domain? Nonsense! It's the fruit of your hard labor. Can't you see how everyone enjoys their time here?
I did.
It's all thanks to you they have this newfound home.
I
How
know.
fulfilled they all seem.
I know.
Some of them might look a little lost, I concur, but what of it?
Yeah.
They have a place to be for all of eternity. How delightful for them, courtesy of Dwayne Anderson.
I love this for
The dead
them.
will whisper tales of your achievements, and you will be remembered forever. Now, up you go, chap. Go have a look at your masterpiece.
Thanks, Pandemic Man. Let's see. Or what if this is one big magic mushroom trip? You know, I feel like Dwayne would probably be okay if this was one giant mushroom trip. I feel like you'd be more happy with that than what it really is. Oh, this is a bit of ways. Okay. Come on. Scoochie scoochies. Scoochie scoochies. Dwayne, your domain is really far. After the credits, you just hear, hey, you finally awake? Ah! Oh no! The spoiler has been leaked. The game is truly Skyrim. That's actually what we're playing, guys. Sorry to break it to you. This is actually just a really, really long prequel. This is really how Skyrim begins. Ah, yes. This moment. Aw, we were so happy. Unless you just don't walk into the Imperial ambush. Aw, Dwayne, why did you do it? You had to touch the beer. I know, her siren song is so strong. Oh, do I face her yet? Oh, darkness. Hello, darkness. Oh, there we go. Yay, there we go. Save me from singing the darkness song. Let's see. Stress. What? Stress building? Prevents stress building. Okay. Well, if it prevents stress, why am I stressed? Why am I looking at a leg? Whose leg is that?
Explain this to me.
Ah. My
Please
wife.
talk to me. I love you, Dwayne. I want to help you. First the alcohol and now this? Who prescribed you this and why?
I know, right? Who was it?
I want to know so I can help you through it. Are you slowly going insane, Dwayne? Should we be
Insane,
worried?
Dwayne.
Because we are. Recently, you've been scaring everyone with your cold indifference.
Ah, the name of the
Thinking of
tape.
leaving us?
She said the thing.
What do you want to run from so bad that you drug yourself every day?
Life, my dear. Life.
Do you want to die, Dwayne?
No, but, you know, don't we all? God, that sounds so morbid to say that. I'm sorry.
You know?
Oh, it's the
I'm only
man!
with you because you have money. It's probably blood money, but I don't care. I don't care about you.
Oh, how nice of you.
If you want to die, I'll happily oblige.
Oh, how kind
Do
of
you
you.
want a rope? Want me to kick the bucket? Life would be so much easier without your mopey face around, you delusional fuck.
Ooh, so
Want me
sweet.
to stab
Don't, you know,
you
don't threaten me with a good
7
time.
Want me to rip the jaw off your ugly face? How about I break both your legs and leave you to rot in a cellar?
I mean, you could.
You're a disgrace. People despise you. I despise you. Your children despise you. You're horrifying. You should die. You know what? Forget it. I don't want to help you die. Do it yourself. I won't help you into release. Kill yourself by yourself alone. And go to hell where you belong!
Oh, yay! How nice of them to give me what I want. Dwayne's Fortnite account got hacked. This is the aftermath. Oh my god. But yeah, this is clearly the internal struggles of people going through addiction. You know, you start to think that everybody hates you. Everyone wants you to die. Everyone wants you to be gone. You know, yeah. It's easier to feed... Oh, hello. It's easy to feed the addiction when you know, hate yourself, right? Every one of those suggestions was how... Yeah, someone else died in the house. Yeah, that's true. That is true. That's a good point. Oh, no! Oh, no! Oh, no! We're right by the goat monster wall! No! No, no, no. Oh, man, we're gonna have to run. We're gonna have to run real fucking fast. Let's get a lighter. Alright, let's go. Fuck the wall. Screw that wall. Oh, alien. Alien. There's no alien. At least I don't see one. Alright, we're gonna put this lighter. Or... Why does this candle never want to stick? Ever. Can I drop it? No! 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 Fuck. Fuck. Can I get my lighter, please? Oh, shit. I can't grab my lighter. It's useless now. Okay, fine. 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 I'm in the light. Oh, jeez. Oh, beautiful light. Bathe me. Wait, I need these. I need these real quick. I'm going a little cray-cray. Let's take some happy pills. Time for goop, aliens, and pride. Is there already a candle on the tray? No, I think it's out. I think. Yeah, see, it's already done. Alright, now we should be able to light it. No! No! Please! 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 Thank you. Okay, let's go back to the light. Back to the light. Back to the light. Back to the light. Light. I'm like a moth. Light! What kind of other games do you usually stream? Honestly, I kind of play just a little bit of everything. I like playing horror games, but I do like playing rhythm games. I play a game called Love Live School Idol Festival. I think it's like after school activity, YY home meeting. It's really long. But I like rhythm games. I like story games. I honestly play about everything. There probably isn't a game that I won't play, quite honestly. So if there's a particular type of game you enjoy, I will probably play it. I definitely know when the new Battlefield comes out, I will be playing it. I will be playing it because I love it. I'm a big Battlefield fan. Well, I played a shit ton of Battlefield 3, so I'm very much looking forward to the Battlefield 3 maps that they will have, so that'll be very fun. I never got to play Warframe, but I wanted to. Oh, jeez. Oh, God. The beer can scared me. She's totally a huge Madden nerd. No thank you. No, I'm not. That, sir, is a lie. No, I don't think so. But, no, I kind of play about everything. I'm also a really big Mass Effect fan, so I love games that are really good in story. So we'll definitely play tons of that stuff. But I played so much Battlefield 3 when it was out. Oh my god, on my 360, I played so much, it was ridiculous. I think, I met so many people online that were genuinely really cool dudes, like for real. It was actually pretty cool. I was very surprised by how many cool people were on there. It wasn't, I expected, you know, kind of like, not to hate on Call of Duty by any means, but, you know, I expected the, you know, oh, I fuck your mom kind of shit, but they were actually really cool. I had some really cool dudes, so it was really fun. So I hope that this new one will be the same. I hope. I started around Battlefield 3 and Bad Company 2. Yes, 2042, yes! Epic gamer. PC and PlayStation are her primary platforms. Yes, yeah. I mean, I have an Xbox One and I have a 360, but I don't really play my Xbox One. My Xbox One's kind of just my Blu-ray player and my streaming device. But I definitely play primarily on PlayStation, and now I'm playing a bit more on PC now that I actually have a PC that can run games that I enjoy playing, like this right here. I originally played this on PlayStation because I really didn't have a PC that could play it that well, but now I do, so yeah. Call of Duty definitely has that demographic. Yeah. If you still wanted to start Warframe, I could off carry and play with you. Oh yay, yeah, definitely. If I get Warframe, definitely I will have to make it a thing. Maybe we'll make it like a group thing. We'll all kind of game together. But I think we have only a couple left. We did Negligence, Indifference. So now all we have is Pride, Prison, and Affliction. So let's do Pride. And then we're going to do the secret ending. I'm glad to see tons of games nowadays have crossplay. Yes! Yes! Especially games like, oh god, what is it? Crap, what is the game I'm thinking of? What is it? Oh gosh, it's a multiplayer horror game. Oh my god, I can't think of it right now. But it has a bunch of horror movie villains in there. I can't remember it right now. I don't think I actually own it, but it's actually really cool that they have like a big crossplay thing on it. Dead by Daylight, that's it. Dead by Daylight. Yes. I couldn't think of it, but yeah. I've actually wanted to try Dead by Daylight. I actually haven't played it before. But I do have Back 4 Blood. So I definitely want to play some of that. When they get the I think they got the radio thing fixed. So I can stream it and not have to worry about it getting, you know, okay. Apparently the TV just decided to turn on. Okay, well, thank you for turning the TV on for me. Yeah. I've only played, I say Dead by Daylight. I've only played Dead by Daylight maybe once. Yeah, the radio thing is still being worked on, I think. It's just a high priority. Yeah. As someone who's put way too many hours into it, it's painful. Oh, I could only imagine. But Back 4 Blood can be really fun. Yeah, I mean, I loved Left 4 Dead, so I already knew I was going to love it the minute I heard about it. So I was just waiting. I'm like, I'll just bide my time and wait for the game to come out. Oh, wait. I got Pride. Shit, I didn't put it in the thing. What? Yes, I can. What are you talking about? There. Jeez. Oh, shit. I'm not looking at the TV. Which one is this one? Oh, this is the... Oh, right. Right. I know where this is. I know where this is. Oh, shit. Game, please. I'm trying to focus on the TV right now. Please. Wait, where is this? I don't know where this is. Oh! Right. We go in, a different place. Right. Okay. I'm kind of remembering things. I think. I'm trying to remember. We'll probably do this one, and we'll probably, because we're going about 3.5 hours, we'll probably call it. But this is gonna take us. I'm gonna be off to bed now, but thank you. Oh, no problem, Bubba. Thank you for hanging out. I really appreciate it. And thank you so much for the wonderful jump scares. I appreciate it. Hopefully you have a good rest of your night. We'll do one more. We're gonna do this one real quick. And we'll probably call it, but okay, so I don't need a key for this, right? I just go to it, right? I think so. I think I just go to it. So we're gonna go down this way because we're gonna avoid the goop creatures, because I'm not dealing with that. Wait a minute. Let's go this way. This is more direct. You're pretty close to the end. Are you gonna make a short stream next week? Yeah, I mean, we still got this, and then yeah. We'll probably play something else. We'll probably be before something. Oh. What? Oh no! What do I need to get? Fuck, what do I need to get? Wait, do I have something for it? No, wait a minute. No. What do I use for this? Oh no. I don't remember. Oh no. I don't remember. And you need to stay closed. Crap. I don't remember. But let's go look since we're right here. See if Mr. Alien is here. No, I don't see an alien. That's so stupid. That is like the dumbest trophy. It never populates for me. Ever. Attic. Oh! Attic! What do you mean I gotta go to the attic? Welcome back! Why do I have to go to the attic? I don't remember having to go to the attic. Wait, not the attic. This guy is wrong. The secret room in the garage. Secret room in the garage? Oh! Right. Okay. Wait, don't I need a key for that too? Alright, let's go. Don't grab me, goop creature. Alright, no goop monsters. In here? But I thought this thing also needed a key. Oh. Maybe it doesn't? Yeah, see, this box is locked. Oh, what? Whoa, what the hell is that? Slain. Gun down. Lovely. I don't remember. Where do I need to go? Let me see. I'm gonna stay right here, because this is a safe room that nothing can get me at. So I'm gonna stay right here. I'm gonna stay right here and get a drink of water. I just realized I have no idea where my cat is. Normally my cat, like, sits around me, but I don't see him. Interesting. Interesting. Me neither. I just don't want to leave this room. Oh, what? What? I'm safe in here. I'm safe in here, game. But I like how realistic they had a lot of the stuff in here. Like the boxes and everything had, like, you know, it looks real. Like the taping and everything. It looks like an actual box, you know? Oh. Oh? What? Is it obvious? Is it obvious and I was just dumb and didn't see it? Go back to the television? Okay. Because I saw, it looked like, oh god, the damn door closed on me. Now I have to go back to the goop monster. Yes, it is obvious. Or bugged for you? Alright, well, we got to go buy all the goop. Oh! Sir! I was going through that door! Rude! No. 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 Okay, we're good. Go into the foyer? Oh! Oh! I didn't see it! Oh no! I'm so dumb. I didn't see that. Oh. Oh my god. Can I... I could grab it. An omega symbol. Oh man, it was right there. I was... Oh, stop! Oh my god, what is going on? Okay, you can stop now. God, they hit me with everything at once. Jeez. I was so blind. I think that goop monster on the ceiling only gets me if I'm standing there. I think if I'm standing underneath it, it grabs me, but I think that's the only time it grabs me. That spooked me. It spooked me too. I feel you on that. Alright, let's go in here. We need a key to open a box to get a key to get a key to get a key. A key for a key for a key. A key. There you are. A cryptic handle. It's so cryptic. I have no idea what it's for. But, kind of going off to your question that you asked earlier about, like, the types of games I play. I definitely do tons of other stuff other than games. So, definitely... I know one of the big things I like to do that I did recently as a celebration for the channel becoming affiliated is I did a karaoke stream last week. And that was really fun. So I like doing other stuff that isn't like game related. So we'll definitely be doing tons of fun stuff as well. I try to post everything, like what I'm doing, like my schedule and everything. On Twitter, so that way you kind of like know what I'm doing and can kind of plan ahead. Just, you know, I know everybody's got their own thing and their own schedule, so, you know, that way you can kind of plan if you'd like to participate and join, you know. Okay, here we go. The cryptic key that I have no idea what this goes for. But my goal is also... I have many goals, but I'm hoping to get my 2D rig all set up so I can be much more motion-based. So I'm not completely cardboard soon. That's the goal. Yes, the secret base underneath the house. Because apparently there's a lab underneath the house. Oh, right, I have to... wait, hold on. I think I have to take this. Right? Don't I have to, like, hit the thing with it? This wall looks fragile. Oh, right. Hold on. Fragile. Nope, that ain't gonna work. Don't I have to find something? Other than this lighter? I think I only have a small amount of time. Don't I need to find something? Where's the thing? What? What am I looking for? What am I looking for? I'm so confused right now. Oh. Whoa, what? Wait, what? You cannot stand here. Okay. What is going on? I'm trying to get out of here! What do I do? What is going on? Ugh. What am I doing wrong? I figured this out last time. Oh, here we go. I figured it out. I think. Oh God. Now I can like barely see. Yeah, I know. Cough, cough, cough. Oh, here we go. No! Open up, for Christ's sake. Let's go. Alright, we're going. I can't. I can't get up! Alright, let's go. We're going. We're going. We're going. We're going. We got it. We got this. Throw a chair at the... You were joking, but guess what? You were right. You were right. You're trying to kill me, man. Trying to kill me. You should find something. Light the way through. Okay, fine. There we go. Oh, where's my lighter? There we go. I feel like lighting a lighter when there's clearly gas around me is kind of a dumb idea. Oh, I caused the gas leak when I came down. But you saw the windows were taped. It was like it was intentional. It's like they didn't want me to get out. Whoa, this... I don't like that there's just like endless darkness. Where am I going? I'm like sticking to a wall. The more you light a light, the more you light a lighter, the lighter it gets until it's light. Oh my God, tongue twister. I gotta say that. The more you light a lighter, the lighter it gets until it's too light to light. There we go. Gosh. Try saying that like 5 times fast. Oh. The garage. Oh. Oh, look. The feet that I love so much. They splooshed. They splooshed. Oh, lovely. I'm not standing in the dark. I'm not in the dark. I'm in the light. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna go in here and I'm going to... Wait, I didn't get a piece or anything. Wait a minute. 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 The man is so far in his schizophrenic delusion, he dug a hole in the garage. I know, right? Wait, I didn't get a piece of anything for this. I have the garage key. Oh. No, we're gonna close that fucking door. Oh god, the goopy feet. No, the goopy feet. Oh no, goopies. No goopies. I don't remember this. Oh, goopies. You're a goopy goober, yeah. Oh no. Close this. Close this. No. Oh, wait, what? They stopped. Huh? Oh! Oh! There it is. The nose. I found a nose. I found your nose. Good job, thank you. Wait, is my lighter useless now? Oh, I guess my lighter was useless. Alright, we're gonna go away from that goopy thingy. Alright, let's, we're gonna go this way. We're gonna go this way. Oh god. Okay, and we're gonna go upstairs. We're gonna go upstairs. Yeah, I'm gonna go save. I'm gonna go to a safe room and I'm gonna save. A room that I know is safe. See, we're so close. We just need one more piece. And our face is put back together. Okay, let's save. Okay. Alright. Okay, let's pause the game. Pause. Wait, no. Ah, ah. Oh no, I did it wrong. The game, when you do this doesn't pause the game. You literally have to tell the game to pause. It's not, nothing is ever safe in this game. Ever. You're never safe. But anyway, we're going to take a break there. We're going to call that a night because it has been a long stream. We've been going about like 3.5 hours. So we're going to pop back over to my little sitting area so I can take a breather for a second. The red chemical distaste. Thank you so much for that follow. I appreciate that. Thank you. Well, let's pop back over. Let's do boop. All right. Oh my goodness. That was exhausting. But we're almost done. We're almost done. Almost. So both endings and then the final tape. Yep, we'll do all of that as one long thing. Because you know me. I take like 30,000 years to do all this stuff because I'm so scared of everything. So it'll probably be like an hour's worth. Probably. It'll take forever. But it's been really fun. I had a lot of fun. But thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. It's been fun, and especially meeting all the new friends. We had quite a bit tonight. We had 2 raids as well from Kisnix and Kieran. I really appreciate the raids and all the new follows. It's been really, really fun. But yeah, the only other stream I have left for this week, we will be streaming on Sunday. We're going to be playing a Steam game that I've seen I've seen the main game played, but apparently there is now DLC that I have not played, so this is going to be something I don't know, but we're going to be playing a game called Tattletale, which is basically just it's just basically Furby the horror game. So it's gonna be really fun. More jump scares, so if you like the spoops, definitely come by on Sunday night. I'll be streaming about the same time, about 9 o'clock Eastern time, so it'll be really fun. Yeah, the Tattletales, they coming for you. They're coming to steal your soul. But it's gonna be really fun. Next week, I haven't really figured out what I'm gonna do, but I'll post the schedule probably on Sunday or Monday. That way you guys know what's up and what I'm doing. So if you're not following me on Twitter, definitely do so, because that's pretty much where I post everything. I also do have Instagram and everything, but I'm much more active on Twitter and everything. When I get rigged, though, I'll probably be one of those VTubers on TikTok as well, but, you know, I only have so much time to do all these posts. So, definitely hang out on Twitter if you are on there. Definitely give me a follow so we can chit chat and stuff. Plus, I post a lot of really just silly things and stuff I'm working on. So, but other than that, that's gonna be it for me. I don't know if there's anybody even streaming right now. Let me check. Actually, I'm curious because I want to see if we could raid somebody, but I don't know who's on right now. I don't have anybody. Yeah, nobody's on right now. That's sad. That sucks. Well, that's okay. It's kind of late anyway. It's about 1 in the morning. But, again, I really appreciate all you guys for hanging out with me tonight. It's been really, really fun. I hope I see you guys on Sunday. If not, I hope you have a good rest of your weekend, and get lots of sleep, if you're not working on the weekends. If you are working on the weekends, then I give you much love, and I hope that you survive the weekend through work, and get your break very soon, get your downtime and your days off very soon. But other than that, that's going to be it for me. Hopefully you guys had fun, and I will see you guys next time. Have a good night, guys. Bye!